Welcome into the All Things BMX show. It is Saturday. It's not Wednesday. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't adjust your dial.
I know a lot of y'all are waking
your
up.
Calendar's messed up.
You're out on the West Coast. You're just waking up wondering what the hell happened. Where's my car, phone, and keys? It's all right. It's Saturday. You're at the right place. It's good to know.
Yep.
We got a good show for you coming tonight. We got our friends from Australia from the It's Just BMX podcast joining us live all the way over Sunday morning there, and they don't have the lotto tickets, so don't ask.
Oh, yeah, but we were hoping.
You can always hope. It's wishing
Get
one
those
hand,
lottery
shit in the
ticket
other,
numbers.
see which happens. You guys make sure you hit the like button and hit the share button, and make sure you're following both shows. Get over, like us on Spotify. Make sure you're following It's Just BMX podcast on Spotify. Also, links are in the show notes right now.
Yep.
So do that while we get the show started. All right.
We're all over the place.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun time. Lock it in. Hit the share button. If you guys are on the West Coast, get your coffee ready, all right?
Yep.
It's mid-afternoon here.
Any questions, throw them in the chat. We'll get to them.
It's, we're still in the Ethan Clark Studios, brought to you by our good friends over at Motor City Harley Davidson. Speaking of those guys, today was the first one they got going on. It's they're doing the Santa. Oh no, it's next Saturday. They're doing the free Santa.
No,
pitches.
it was today. I fixed it because it
you?
happened
Okay,
today.
see,
Sorry,
you're
I
on
didn't
top of
figure
it.
you had
I'm
mentioned.
not used to the producer back there.
I was trying to produce.
No. She's on it.
She's producing.
They're hosting a photo with Santa and the elves every Saturday starting today. So make sure.
Yeah,
you
the
guys
elves
get
are pretty
going.
cool.
Yeah, but
It's just over today, so don't go now.
yeah, don't go.
Oh, it just finished.
What's that? Why we scheduled the show when we did to make sure everyone
Could get to Farmington Hills first. I guess we need to let folks know because they may be watching from Australia. Farmington Hills, Michigan.
Michigan. We're in Michigan.
Harley
It's a
Davidson
busy,
dealership.
busy city here of Heartland. That
Oh, where we're at?
got a roundabout out here. Melissa is joining us tonight. She's back there at the Gate 9 Produce Perch. Melissa, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great. Glad to be here.
Right.
Yeah, cool.
Glad to have you back. It's going to be a fun
Always
time.
good.
And we have news brought to you by our friends over at GhettoWear. If you guys are looking for some of the coolest stuff, check out GhettoWear on Facebook. You just message GhettoWear or Bill Prince. He'll get you all set up.
Yes, he will.
Want to let you know about our BMX brother, John Cruz. He decided to do some pretty cool Christmas ornaments. And got them right over here. So you guys can get over links in the notes, too. He's doing these Christmas ornaments right here. They're only $20 a piece. That includes your shipping. Might be a little more to get it shipped across the world over to Australia. However,
Yeah, that could
he's
be extra.
only doing 100. So when they're gone, they're gone. Make sure you guys order. Order fast. Order now.
Yep. They're pretty cool. You get a BMX Hall of Famer made a Christmas ornament for everybody.
Yeah, and they're steel, too. So it's pretty
Yeah.
cool. You
Yeah,
know?
they're water jetted or
Whatever. That's fancy shit.
Plasma
Stuff
cut.
you deal with.
they're cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are going to be off next week, the 10th of December, because Justin and Melissa are going on vacation.
Finally.
Going to go down to Florida and hit up the Bang and Bar series, which actually, for folks that want to know about that, it's going to be at Naples, Triple Creek, Sarasota, and Cape Coral BMX. So it's a weekend-long series. Then I guess you guys are going to the beach the rest of the time.
Yes, it's going to be in the mid-70s the whole
Eh?
time.
Oh, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Goodbye.
So
I'm jealous.
for all our Florida peeps,
Yeah.
we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for these guys while they're down there.
Might need a pit to, or varying pits to hang out in if anybody's got any extra space.
Yeah. Throw a couple extra chairs in the car when you're on there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I said something to Shelly. I said, yeah, we're going to be off because they're going. She goes, they're going to Florida? I'm so jealous.
Weren't you guys just over in, like, England?
No. Oh, that was like a year.
Yeah. Okay.
That was a year or two ago. That was-
Justin's like, yeah, we're catching up.
Yeah. I go to Florida 2 or 3 times. It's still not the same. Before it gets too crowded in staging tonight, a quick thanks to the following companies that keep the lights on here at All Things BMX Show. You guys are shopping for your BMX. Make sure you check them out for those BMX wants and needs that you have.
Yeah, we want you to go over and check out Sean Gifford with Dye Job Apparel. He is basically going to do whatever you need him to do within reason. He
as long as it's legal.
That's right. He can represent your
Gray
brand,
area.
your team, your business with custom apparel. When it comes to showcasing your identity, whether it's your team, brand, business, the right apparel can make a difference. Dye Job makes the process effortless. You can tell I haven't read much today.
There you go.
Right on.
Helping bring your ideas to life with high quality custom designed clothing, merchandise, marketing material, etc. Ready to create something unique? Contact Sean at Dye Job Apparel today and turn your vision into a reality. It's a really good read if you get through it.
Yeah, AI wrote it for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's all right.
All right.
AI can't speak it for me, huh?
We'll work on it.
Well, it would, but it would sound like all those videos, and it's kind of choppy. But
Yeah, that's
we also want you to go check out our friends over at Krupp and Carter. Krupp and Carter is the official BMX brand made by BMXers for BMXers. Their aim is to become the first big bike brand in all the malls and shopping centers. So your favorite place. Whoa.
Sorry. Sorry, editing.
Just summarize it.
It's the
Sorry.
malls
Go.
and your
Go.
favorite place to shop. So make sure you go check them out today for all the hottest BMX drip.
It's only 262 shows.
I know.
No, that was my
It's-
fault. I was moving it.
the-
Producing again in mid-show. Anyways, also, we want to shout out a huge thank you to Anthony Morris with Morris Digital Media. He is being so patient and helping us to get our website tuned in and turned up. So hit him up. Good God. If you want a professional website build.
Just hit the
Jeez
gate on this start right here. We're going to go
Louise.
back.
Okay.
Yeah.
You shouldn't start with me.
Okay. Also, our friends at Spark BMX Training, listen up. If you're ready to level up your skills and start leading the pack, this is who you got to check out. Check out Jake over at Spark BMX Training. It's the key to unlocking your progression and your potential. He doesn't just do gate starts. He's also giving you a full program if you so want it, inside the gym, outside the gym, on your bike, or off your bike. And if you want to make sure it's all designed for specifically for BMX athletes, make sure you guys get over and check out Spark BMX Training.
Well, it wouldn't be an All Things BMX show without us mentioning Gate 9 Design. So, as you should all know, they are the #1 place for your custom number plates, the absolute best. They're also diving into carbon rims and, from what we've seen, some carbon frames. Gate 9 is the only company you need to contact for your number plates.
Our good friends at On Two Wheels BMX.
Also, make sure you check out the Hack Shack over in Northern California.
Want to mention Wrenchman Wheel Builds.
And our friends over at DB Sports World.
All the links for our sponsors can be found in the show notes, as we've said already, and any of the news links are in there, and our guest links are also posted there. Tonight's show chat is sponsored by our good friends at BMX Rocks Photography. BMX Rocks chat question for this evening. It's a good one, and we're going to ask our guest to get us started. What's one modern bike trend you secretly wish would disappear? Welcome to the show, Stew and Dozer, first and foremost. Thanks for joining us from all the way in Australia. We're super excited to have you guys. Thanks for joining.
G'day.
That sounds so cool.
How you going? How you going, guys?
All right.
Good.
G'day.
Thanks for
G'day, mate. G'day, mate.
Yeah, we can just do the show. You can just keep saying that. I'm good.
I was actually going to for a little bit, but I was like, no, that's it.
No worries, fellas.
right.
I'm easy to please.
We don't talk like that. Yeah, so, yeah, cool to meet you guys face to face.
Yeah.
We are
Really
happy,
It's fun.
happy to have you here.
Same. Yeah, cool. Again,
Well,
having my little entree, meeting you guys at Grants.
yeah, that was a fun
Right.
show.
Yeah, it was cool. Got a few
That
minutes
was
to chat
fun.
with you.
That was so much fun. Yeah. Me riding around the pits for 15 minutes trying to find Gate 9's tent because I had no idea where it was, and we all know how massive the pit area is at Grants. So yeah, I was riding around and Stewie's like, they're there, they're just waiting, they're there, they're somewhere there. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to find it, man. I'm trying to find it. We got there in the end though.
Right. No, that's good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, super cool.
Well, let's start.
Super cool.
We'll start with Dozer, and that's
Yep.
so. What's one modern bike trend you secretly wish would disappear?
Side plates.
I didn't even think of that.
The little number plate side plates. I hate them so bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a
Too
good,
quick. Too quick.
That's a good one.
No, that's a good one actually.
Yeah.
Because I'm still racking my brain over here. I'm like,
What about Stu? What about you?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I don't like the side plates either. We don't have them in Australia. They sort of made a bit of a thing a few years ago, but yeah, no. I have to think about that.
All right.
Kids, parents thinking their kids need to be on carbon bikes when they're 5.
Ooh, all right.
Oh,
Is that one? Does that count?
That's good.
Sure, it does.
yeah, modern trend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good
It seems to be a modern trend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we outlaw scooters?
one. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, we don't have that problem
At
here.
Grand.
So
At Grant's, yeah.
probably. Yeah.
At Grants.
Solid. Solid.
You know, that cracks me up. Everybody complains about that, but everybody still allows their kids to take them there and have them there.
I
Look.
wouldn't.
Look, man.
I'm serious.
But yeah,
Everybody complains about it, but then all you people allow your children to take them there
Okay,
and
hold
have
on.
them there.
Before you get your soapbox out,
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna take your ass to I'm gonna take your ass to Grands with like a 12-year-old and let you sit there for
I
16
mean, yeah, it's
hours.
a double-edged sword for sure.
Is it? Okay,
You're gonna
okay.
give that kid
Yeah.
anything you can and kick them right in the ass out of that tent, whether it's on a scooter, some fruit boots, or whatever they're on.
Fruit boot?
Rollerblades.
Oh,
Fruit
well,
boot?
I've never
I
heard.
didn't know what he meant either.
Never
Good
heard of
Lord.
that.
Rollerblades.
Get out of
Yeah.
here for like an hour and go away.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
so you can
would.
dodge.
But
scooters.
there was a lot of adults on them too, though. That's the thing.
Oh, now that's just
There was a
uncalled
lot of
for.
There was a lot of grown men riding little scooters, so that was disturbing.
So we should outlaw
Just
the
saying,
grown men
as-
then.
Okay.
That should be
Alright.
outlawed too. That's not a good trend.
No.
Okay, so maybe I'll retract half my statement.
Fair enough. Good.
I'll turn it back 50%.
It's good. It's all right. We have people in the chat answering right now. I like the one from Ken. He said tight pants. Just get rid of them.
Oh, those race pants.
Doesn't like the streamline
Them
ones, huh?
skin tight boys.
Hey, spandex, man.
Oh, yeah.
don't-
Yeah.
Two things that don't lie: children and activewear.
Wait, this is a kid's sport. Wait a minute.
Oh man,
Oh, Lord.
that's good stuff.
All right.
Yeah. So, what about
It's
you?
the morning. I can't be held accountable.
It's
the
fair.
morning here.
Yeah.
It's all right.
So,
We,
what's a trend that you're not?
disc brakes? We don't need them.
Oh, I like
Disc
those.
Of course you do.
Yeah, I agree, Justin. Yeah, my kids are still running V brakes. And it's interesting. It's glad that you said that because I don't know if you watched the Olympics this year. The amount of guys that were in that Olympic final that had V brakes on their bike.
Yeah. quite a few.
Bethany Shriver, the British girl that won.
Yeah.
The worlds. Yeah, V brakes. Still a lot of guys out there running V brakes.
Yeah.
Don't understand
Oh.
why we need it, but
No, I agree.
that's my one thing.
Okay.
You said
I
scooters.
ride a bike with V-brake.
Yeah.
With the disc
No,
brake.
that was.
I
I,
see-
think that was Melissa's
Yeah.
scooter.
What was yours?
I don't know. Those little streamers that hang off the grips.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I'm not sure that's a
Oh,
modern
come
trend,
on.
though. I think that's a
Oh.
cop out.
I like all the modern stuff. I mean, really, there's not anything I really wish would go away that I can think of off the top of my head. I like. I have disc brakes. I got the carbon fiber thing going on. I got,
Doesn't mind the occasional scooter ride.
yeah, I don't know about scooters. Because we don't really deal with scooters here in Michigan because
No.
it's all outside and dirt and stuff. So we don't have the scooter issue.
We can come back to it.
No, I don't have one. I like
Nothing?
it all.
Nothing.
Yeah. Banana seat.
I mean, you started on
About
them.
cost of racing.
Oh, there you go. We could do that.
That's true.
Mm.
We could really go deep. Flow
Yeah,
TV
no, I don't-
subscription. Oh.
Well,
Oh, there you
before
go.
we jump in there,
How about that one?
let's
We're not starting there.
yeah, no. Before we start there,
No.
let's or get into that one. Let's first start as we ask every person. Chris asks.
Oh, yeah.
Fire
So-
away.
All right. So I guess the first thing we'll start with, like Justin said, is how did you guys get started in BMX? How did you first find out about the sport of BMX?
You can go, Sean. You can go first.
Oh, okay. For me, I guess I'm a little bit older than Stu, so I kind of just saw a couple of guys at my school, my primary school. Is that you have the equivalent over there in America? I guess primary school, elementary school.
Elementary.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be the equivalent.
Yeah. So there was a guy that turned up on a blue mongoose with blue tufts, and I'm like, what is this thing? And I went up and asked him. He goes, "Oh, it's just a thing called BMX. This is my older brother's bike." And I was like, I love this thing because there was a bike around at the time. It was called a grifter, a rally grifter, which was kind of, it had like a three speed. It kind of looked a little bit like a motorbike, had little mud guards and stuff like that. And they were from the UK, but they were importing them down here. And it was kind of the best of both worlds. But when I saw that mongoose, I was hooked. And then unfortunately, but fortunately, my parents were buying a new house. They built themselves a house, and it was right next door to a BMX track.
Oh.
And as they say, the rest is history. But
Wow.
yeah, I just used to go over there, and my parents weren't going to buy me a BMX bike, but I used to go over there and volunteer, paint the tires, help water the track, lift up the gate, because pre hydraulic gate, you had to put the bar in and lift the gate up every time they were dropping the gate. And I was quite happy to do that, just to be around it, just to be around that, even at such a young age. I think I was like 11. And I just it was like a magnet, just boom, I wanted to be there all the time. I'd hear the gate drop and boom, I'd jump the back fence, and there I was in any capacity. I was there, and just eventually saved up some money and got into it. But yeah, pretty kind of a weird way about coming into BMX. But yeah, I think if you're drawn to it, you're drawn to it, I think, anyway, and that's what happened with me. But yeah, how about you, Stu?
Yeah, well, we've talked about it before, Sean. Sean and I's sort of story with BMX is sort of similar in that respect. So yeah, I grew up funnily enough, coming from Australia, we played baseball and basketball, which are two American sports, which probably sounds really strange, coming from Australia. So that's sort of what we did as a family. And I've got two younger brothers and a sister. Excuse me. And then but when I first saw BMX, there was two things. We had a family friend of ours whose kids did it, and I used to just, we used to go to their house, and their dad used to film it, and I used to go there and I go, "Can I watch your BMX videos?" Because I had a bike, but I was never allowed to race. And he was always like, "Oh, really?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I just want to watch. Like, I just want to watch BMX." And I don't think he loved it, but we used to sit there for hours at his house on the weekends and just watch his racing videos. But then to go back one step further, Rad, the movie Rad, the BMX movie Rad, we used to have same thing, like the Video Easy days back in the day when we used to go and rent a video, Blockbuster or whatever. Yeah, I think we'd go there probably once every 2 weeks, and I'd get Rad every time. Like, Mum would say, you can pick one video, and I'd just get Rad. And I must have watched that movie, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times.
Wow.
Right.
Because that's all I had. And then to jump forward, when I turned in Australia, I think 9 months is when you can get a job. And I got two jobs pretty much straight away. And the reason why I did that is because I wanted a BMX. So I'm like, and I'd waited until I was nearly 15. And I'm like, all right, I can work two jobs. If I just work two jobs for 6 months, I can like quit my jobs and I'll have enough money to buy a bike. I didn't quit the jobs, but I bought the bike. And yeah, that's sort of where it started. The town, I live in a regional town, as done Sean. So the major city for us is about 2 hours away. Sean might be a little bit closer. So yeah, we have a track in our town. It's probably about 5 minute drive from where I live now. And yeah, that's sort of where it started. I got a bike and I used to just ride up to the track, and a lot of the times we'd get punches. We have these things in Australia called bindi eyes. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They're just like little thorns that go on your tires and give you flat. Yeah, that give you flat tires. So, yeah, I used to usually I'd ride up to the track and I'd walk home because my tires would be full of bindies. But yeah, that's sort of how it started. And but yeah, same deal. And I don't mind talking about. My parents weren't into it at all. So for me to get to races, I had to rely on other people's parents, like my friends' parents and other kids from the club, and that's sort of how it started. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's funny how Stewie and I have this pretty much the same story, which is kind of awesome. How this in our first episode we talked about it, about how the community of BMX, like my parents were the same. They wouldn't take me racing, so I'd say, "Hey, is anybody going to, a race meeting, Altona or something like that?" "Oh yeah, cool. Just throw your bike on the back and jump in the back of the car." And away I went with people from my club, and that's just what happened. It was just such a massive community, and I was the same as Stu. I got myself some, like, washing my uncle's trucks, and he paid me $15 a truck, and 6 months time I saved enough money to buy my own BMX. The president of my club lent me a junior cruiser to race on, so that was awesome, and I just haven't looked back. It's Shuey and I have the same. We've had the same pathway in, and we still, after all these years, we still have the same amount of passion. So, yeah, if it's in your DNA, 100%.
Yeah.
Right. So you brought up the movie Rad a few minutes ago. What is? I guess I need to. Is BMX Bandits a big deal in Australia?
It's not a BMX movie.
It's not. No, it's so.
So not a BMX movie. It's about robbers, and we'll put it this way: BMX Band is like an Australian movie. Yeah. I've probably watched it twice.
Is that the one with?
And once would have been with my kids.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to show them.
Yeah. It stars Nicole Kidman, and
And she refuses to acknowledge her being in the movie. It's not in even her filmography. It's not in her filmography.
It's a little rough.
It was that good. It was that good.
Yeah. It was that good. Yeah.
She doesn't even want to admit that she was in it.
I remember somebody saying it was bad, and it was in like a DVD bin for $3, and
it's probably still there.
I know it probably is, because I'm like, not even for $3, dude. Nope.
No,
I think it's worth a watch once at least.
Yeah,
I would say that.
Yeah, okay.
You'll never get that time back ever. You'll never get that time back. You'll never get that time back.
You owe me one for watching Anchorman.
Yeah, well, you're the only one on the planet that doesn't like it.
What, Anchorman?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Did you ever compare Anchorman to BMX Bandits again? Be looking for a new fucking co-host. Those are fight. I'll stab you in the parking lot. We don't have.
Oh wow,
it's funny. But yeah, to your point though, that Rad, for me, Rad was it. It was the only thing I had. I didn't have, like I said, I didn't have parents that would take me to the track. I don't know how many times I go to a bike shop and I just say to my dad, "Hey, can I get a bike?" And he'd be like, No, we're not doing that. You're not doing that. Yeah, nah. So yeah, it was, for me, it was Rad. It was Rad that sort of got me into it, and I felt like I knew the riders. Like, I know you guys have Mike Miranda in all the time.
Yeah.
So for me, he was like the first BMXer that I knew.
Yeah.
Like I knew Crew Jones wasn't a real BMX rider, but I knew Mike Miranda was. I knew that Travis Chiprays and all these other guys that were in the film. So for me, I'm like, they're the real BMXers, like they are, and to this day, Mike Miranda is probably the first BMXer that I knew his name. I knew who he was.
Well, he got a lot of airtime in that movie, yes.
Well, he did all right. He did all right.
That's the thing.
Cool stuff too,
yeah.
Yeah, and I think Rad was like opening the pages of BMX action, for us, because we were so far away. We're so far away. And, and I used to thrive on BMX action and BMX plus, and I even used to buy freestyling because it was just so watching like that open sequence in Rad, when they're dropping in at the pipeline and they're riding at Huntington Beach, and the enchanted ramp at Ron Wilkinson's place, and that's what it was, and you had Martin Paraho and Eddie Fiola and RL, and you're like, this is just like BMX Action Magazine alive. And even the end, but I guess even the cheesy stuff in the movie, the dancing and et cetera, Send Me an Angel, that's an Australian song, from a band in Melbourne, so, but you over the years I've heard stuff about the movie, and even Mike and was talking to Kevin Hull about when they went up there and they were doing the movie and all the fun times that they had up there making the movie in Calgary. Was it
Yes.
Calgary?
Yeah, it's in
Somewhere up
Canada.
there,
Yeah.
In Canada. Yeah. So actually, I just met Travis Chiprays at Grand.
Oh yeah.
He came over and was talking to Gus, and oh, like that's Travis Chiprays. Oh my gosh, like, and that's the thing. I guess we've never had that. Just having amazing BMX stars and racers and freestylers, just kind of just walking past. I mean, even at 54 years old, I still fanboy hard. Like, oh man, it's Travis Chiprays, and he shook my hands. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, really, like, it's just crazy. It's just one of those things. And I guess, yeah, I had flashbacks of, him in the Mongoose gear, him in Rad, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm fanboying, sorry.
No, but that's kind of cool the way you did that, because Rad came out in 1986, and I'd been racing for about 4 or 5 years at that point. And that opening scene in Rad, that was the first time I saw BMX trick riding and freestyle and that type of stuff other than a picture. Saw them actually moving video. Yeah. That was the first time I ever saw that. And I was just in awe of the whole thing at that point. I was like, wow, you can actually, like I said, it wasn't just a picture in a magazine. It was actually somebody moving. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I totally concur. Yeah, I agree 100%. Yeah, that's what I was trying to
You had said
portray.
You had said that was kind of the only BMX you had with the videos. Like Haro had one that was a classic too. Just a few, probably 5 years after that, it was just called Haro BMX. Did you guys ever catch that one? Because I had Matt Hoffman, Ron Wilkerson when he still rode for Haro, Brian Blair. It was like this all-star lineup. And I know that one,
Scotty Freeman. Was Scotty Freeman still riding for them then?
He wasn't in that video.
Scotty Freeman.
He wasn't in that video. But it was you look back at. I was just curious because that was another one that gets brought up a lot of in with Rad. Because again, it was they had
I didn't see that.
No.
No. The next thing for me, I don't know. You might be the same, Sean. So we don't jump too far with the racing, but props was big here, that made its way to Australia.
Okay.
And that only had a little bit of a segment of racing in it. But the thing that, and this is where me and Sean are similar too, when we were our age, and I think Justin, I heard you talking about it the other day on your show, that we didn't just race. And I think that's the difference I see now. A lot of kids, they just go to the track and that's all they do. They just do sprints, they just do their things. Back in our day, we rode our bikes everywhere. We didn't, because we didn't have parents that took us. So anywhere we wanted to get, we had to ride there. But not just that, you'd go to the skate park, you'd go to the trails, you'd just be on your bike all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Bike. You only had one bike.
Yes.
One bike, that's
one
right.
Bike. Yep,
Yeah.
yep, that's
One
right.
bike.
Yeah. Not now, my kid, I open up the garage door and I'm like, when did this happen? You've got a bike for this, a bike for that, a bike for this, and but back in our day, it was one bike and you did everything on that bike. Got to school, got to work, got to the track, got to the trails, got to the skate park.
Yeah.
It was.
And wheelies out the front of your girlfriend's house to try and impress her.
Did you guys ever have your girlfriend sign your number plate for you? So that was a cool thing. Have your girlfriend sign your number plate.
No, I never had a girlfriend.
You used to have to put their initials on the back of your number plate. That was a thing.
There you go. Yep. I just paid my.
I'm not admitting to that though. But talking about videos was, I think it was the BMX Plus the how to do the how-to tricks video. There was that. What was the one with was it Aggro Man? I think that was one of the
I
first
remember
ones
that
I
one.
saw.
Yeah.
Eddie Roman.
Yep.
That was a really popular one. And then I think it was maybe a GT video was probably
Dead Sailor.
But Dead Sailor, Dead Sailor. Yeah, that's exactly right. So for us, we really got dribs and drabs. I think there might have been 25 sets, video sent to Australia, and then we all just We all just copied them. Hey, bro, I've got a new video. Aggro Man, do you want to? Yeah, bring it over. We've got two VCR machines, and we'll put the cable in. I'll do you a copy, and then you do it for someone else. The quality was a bit bad, but who cares? That's how it was for us.
That's the only way we could. That's the only way we could get it.
Yeah,
we could get it.
Right.
And then for me, because like I said, I'm a little bit younger than Sean. So for me, I used to love the when I got back into it was the Colin Styles videos.
The transit videos, yeah.
Transit videos, man. For us, that was cool. I don't know about you, Sean, but I used to watch
Liquid
those
Gold
on repeat. Yeah, you'd see some Aussies over there racing, and yeah, they were just really cool. But this is pre-internet.
Yep.
That's all we had, and it's so funny talking to my 9-year-old now who's right into BMX. Like, I'll come home from work and she'll be on the couch and she'll be watching the latest Barry, the latest Barry show, or the latest Sayer's been doing a bit of social media lately, or Nick Kimmin. The kids have got it now on tap. It's there in an instant. Yeah. Whereas us, we had to wait. And we had to wait for a magazine. So BMX Plus, for me, that was it. But same thing, I lived in a country town. We probably had 50 kids that were into BMX Plus, but they'd only get 3 copies of the magazine.
God damn it. I remember those days. I remember them days.
So you had to be, had to be there when they put it in the rack.
Yep.
Or you were not getting a copy.
Yep.
You were not getting a copy.
Oh, yeah, at the local little store.
We call them news agents, Milk bar or whatever you want to call it, yeah. So coming from Australia, pre-internet, it was really hard. It was really hard to get
How was it to
get information?
How was it to get, like, in the 80s, 90s? How was it getting bike parts? How was it to get bike parts?
Actually, it wasn't too bad.
No.
I don't know. It depended on what you wanted. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Depending on what you wanted. Would you say, Sean?
But also, I was just going to say, I guess, I don't want to pull the age card.
No,
but I think, no, it's fine. I think when I was trying to get, there was what we call specialized bike shops.
Mm-hmm.
There was a shop in Melbourne called PRM, which stood for Pure Racing Machinery, and they just dealt in BMX. Now, that was like an Aladdin's cave. I remember it was a 2-hour train ride for me to get to that shop. And it was like an adventure. It was like 10 of us would get on a local, like a metro train, go all the way into Melbourne, then all the way out. You'd have like, a king's ransom in your pocket. You'd look in there, and it was like walking into an American BMX shop. It had all the good stuff, all the bikes. You go in there and like in 15 minutes, you spend all your money. You go to McDonald's for lunch. And we'd sneak into a local track, we'd jump over the thing and do about 10 laps, and then we'd go. And then on the train, you're sitting on the local train, you're putting all these new parts on your bike while you're on the train. And it was like an adventure. And then there was another shop in Ballarat called J&E Cycles, and that was another. And John Smart, I don't know if remember who John Smart is, an Australian BMXer who came over.
Okay.
In the 80s. His parents owned that shop, and that was just a pure BMX shop also, and there was a couple of those, but to get a local bike shop to get in a BMX frame was, what's that? Oh no, we don't deal in that. But I think sort of within the maybe in the late 80s, early 90s, it sort of turned around a little bit, where bike shops were a bit more prepared to they call it, there's a risk of us getting BMX stuff in because no one will buy it or just sit on the shelf. But yeah, there was a couple of specific shops, and I don't know about other states here in Australia, but I know PRM for me was my fix. Shout out to Pat.
So for me, a little bit later, like in the 90s, we'd get BMX Plus, and there'd be and Dan's Comp would have their price, like catalog, like basically their catalog in there.
Yeah, a couple of pages worth.
Like we'd see all this, like I'd see all this stuff like Brand X, Titanium Forks, and all these brands, and you were just like, oh wow. And I'd look at them and go, before I had any idea about money and American money, you'd see a price, and you're like, Why are these bike shops in Australia selling me these profile cranks for like $380, when in America they're only like 150. Because I had no idea because it was all in American dollars. I just saw the dollars, and I'm like, we're getting ripped off. So I used to get like real jaded with these bike shops. It's like, man, I can go, and I used to say, I'll go to America and get these. Like, I'm an idiot, man. Like, okay, it'll cost me $3,000 to go to America to save $150 on a set of cranks. But yeah, we just didn't know any better. Like, we had to get what we had to get. But I grew up, like I said, for me, racing sort of started in the mid-90s. And I think by that time, shipping and all that sort of stuff was sort of a bit more sorted out. So you could go into my local bike store. Shout out to Don Ash Cycles, the business is still going now. And one of my best mates owns it. He owns it now. But we can go into him. And so now, we can go in there and... he's doing a few Supercross builds. A few Supercross is really sort of kicking off here.
Cool.
So now he can ring up Bill and order a frame on a Monday morning, and by Wednesday we've got it.
God, that's
wow.
So that's just how quick, that's how much it's changed now. And there's no real need, I suppose, in that instance. There's probably not a whole lot of need to outlay 30,000 Australian dollars to have a whole bunch of frames on the shelf.
Right.
You can just you can order it, and within 2 days you can have it.
When you got into it, was it like right around the 94, 95? Would that be your?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I was 15. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
We were literally like the same. I was just a couple years older, and that was when I found the sport.
Yeah, and then it sounds like Dozer and I are kind of the same.
You're the
same
same
era
age.
too. Yeah.
Well, look at
Well,
that.
I'm 54, so there you go. Do the
I'm
math.
57. So
okay.
Yeah,
he doesn't have to day over 12, so that's really cool.
Yeah, the Peter Pan syndrome. Yeah.
It has gotten easier, Justin. I guess to answer your question, it's a lot easier now to get parts. And don't get me wrong, there's a great network of distributors in Australia now. Bringing in everything, Sean's profile head to toe. There's a distributor for that in Australia that does a really good job, and they've had that for a lot of years. All your big brands, your radios, just you name it. Like you can get it in Australia.
Nice.
Chase, Speedco's, Rifts. We can everything that's available. We can get it now, and you can get it pretty quickly.
That's cool.
You guys, gonna shift gears here. You guys, when you were talking about your local. Like your local tracks and where you ride, you refer to them as clubs. And
yes,
this is an interesting topic. So I followed the international scene long before we did the show, and it's always an interest to me in how a club operates. It's a brilliant idea, and it's obviously we don't do that. We don't do that. But if you could explain. Like when you refer to club, how your local track operates and works, and how it basically is a club.
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's Stewie go. Stewie, you're all over it, man.
Yeah, so it's a little bit different in the States, I believe. So in the States, correct me if I'm wrong. The track operators, are they like a leaseholder? So they like lease the track from the local council? Is that right? Is that how it works?
It's typically a group that does so, but
right,
track operator would be the
Cool.
Yeah, it's usually like a group of volunteers.
So what we do in Australia that's a little bit different. And I'm sorry if I'm not using the right terminology here to explain the government departments, if you will. So we have councils in Australia, or shires. So within your shire, if you're lucky enough to live within a shire that has a track, the council or the shire own the track. They usually own the land, and then the club structure is basically set up like a non-for-profit. So it's purely run by volunteers. No one's paid. Absolutely no one's paid. So we have a structure like a lot of clubs. We'll have like a president, vice president, secretary, treasurer. And then we'll have like a subcommittee, and that's usually made up of just parents, that want to help out. They might do a bit of track maintenance, or we have, people that do social media or all that sort of stuff. So, but it's 100% volunteer. So every year we have what we call an AGM, which is an annual general meeting, and that's where it's voted in. It's basically where you vote in who your leaders are for the 12 months. It's a good system. It is a good system. It can get a bit political sometimes, which is crazy because essentially there's no money involved, so no one's getting paid. The only problem that they sort of have with committees and clubs is if someone sort of comes in and they have their own agenda, so to speak. That's sort of when it goes a bit sideways. But I can speak from our club. So the club that I'm a member of, I actually tagged you guys yesterday. We've just had our resurface done. So we're in a lucky situation. The council or the shire that I live in are very, very supportive of BMX. They love BMX. So we have the Australian Championships next year in 2026, which is going to be huge for us because the world titles are here in Brisbane in Australia in 26 as well. So that'll be the qualifying event for Australian riders to go to that World Championships. So it's going to be huge. It's going to be massive. Right. The track's 5 minutes from my house, which is really cool because I don't have to travel. But as a club, it's a lot of work, and it's because it's put back on the club to get the track up and have the facilities all good. But where we're lucky is that we have a council, and that's like our government, like local government. They're all, man, BMX, they're all in. They love it. We've had rounds of World Cups before.
Wow.
So there's potential for us to have another one soon. There's a scoop. So we've got the Australian Championships in next year. But yeah, you've got to have a supportive council. Our track's phenomenal. We recently got unlucky. So we were meant to have the Commonwealth Games. I don't know if you guys are across that. The Commonwealth Games. Do you know what that is?
I'm aware of it. I'm aware of that.
Yeah. So the Commonwealth Games is like a mini Olympics. I think you guys have like your Pan Pacifics or something. Is that what you guys call it?
Yeah, that's the
Pan American.
The Pan American.
Yeah, American. Yeah. So we have like the Commonwealth Games, but it's all the countries within the Commonwealth. So England, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. There's probably a bunch more, but anyway. So BMX. Yeah, so BMX was going to be in the Commonwealth Games for the first time, and we're like, "This is cool. We should apply for it." So it's not so much our club, but the council. So our council, local government, they went and applied, and we were successful. So we were meant to have the Commonwealth Games. Now, that's pretty much like one step under the Olympics. Our club rooms was a shipping container, so they're like, "Well, we can't have that." So what happened was our council signed up. We were successful. We won the bid to get the Commonwealth Games. So we were like, we can't have it. We can't have TVs on a shipping container. So they've built us these club rooms. It has a lift in it. Our clubhouse has a lift. That's
really?
how big it is. Yeah. But the ironic part is they actually cancelled the Commonwealth Games in Australia. The state government pulled the pin. But they'd already signed the contract to build the club rooms and all the infrastructure. So we have this absolutely world-class track with a clubhouse with a lift in it, has a commercial kitchen, all that stuff. But we never actually got to host the race because they cancelled the whole event.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, so we got lucky there. We got lucky there, which is really cool. But as far as the club, that's sort of how it's structured. So you have your president, your vice president, your secretary, your treasurer, and then it's all just the parents. Yeah, and look, man, I've talked about it on our episodes a few times. I'm sort of really passionate. When we without jumping too far ahead, I sort of went away from BMX for a while, just stopped racing, and then my kids got sort of into it a few years ago. When we got back into it in 2023 with my youngest one, we had 11 riding members. So at our club, like 11.
Wow.
Like that's insane. Like that's hardly any.
Right.
And to have this facility, it's like, and people used to say, how do you guys have this track and you've only got 11 members? And it was because of our council. But now, myself, my wife, and a few others, we decided about 3 years ago, we're like, this is crazy. We need to build this up. The sport's so cool. We want to try and build it up in the town. We have now. I think we had our Christmas party 2 Fridays ago. I think there was about 130 people there.
Nice.
So
Wow.
So it's really cool. But that's all stems off volunteers. So there's no one getting paid. So as far as monetary goes, like I kind of imagine a track operator. The more people turn up and ride, the more money they make. Is that sort of how it works?
Well, the track makes them.
Yeah, the track makes it. It's actually
The track
structured
makes the money.
very similar. Like
Okay.
most of the tracks have a board and an operating board, like you're explaining. And really, the biggest difference is the track operator title is separate, typically from or tied in to like either a president or vice president, because the track operator isn't actually a real existing title when it comes to Robert's rules for nonprofit boards. So that track operator could be appointed by the board or just tied into like, hey, if you're the track operator, you're the president.
Yeah.
And that person reports to USA BMX. That's the like sole person. The track operator title is that person that handles the business for USA BMX. Question. The flip side, like you have how it's ran. How is it different than like when you have a club and this and that? Is the racing not necessarily start and finish line, but like how the racing's structured? Is that different than like how like it is here? Maybe Dozer, you might have to chime in because you guys run UCI classes, right? So there's not the
you don't have a USA BMX.
Like, we don't have all the same classes. What's different there, and how? So I've always heard this, that like you don't go like when you sign up in racing, like where it's UCI, you're going to go to a club, you're going to learn how to ride, then you're going to go to nationals. One, is that true? And how does the riding look from like signing up to getting to your national?
It's a bit different when you say Sean. Like it's
opposite, polar opposite.
Complete opposite. Yeah, I'll put my 2 cents in there real quickly because I listened to what you guys were saying yesterday as well. Anyone you could enter. Put it this way: you could go to the nationals, and it'd be your first race. You could literally sign up at a national event and say, "Hey, I want to try BMX," and you're put in with the fastest kids in the country. We don't have intermediate. We don't have novice. We do have a novice class, but that's more at a club level.
Okay.
Not so much at a state or national level. But yeah, you can literally turn up well, this is the other thing that you guys need to understand too. You guys can enter on the day. At our events, you got to enter like 3 months before it. But you could literally the nationals could be your first ever race. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's completely different. We don't have mixed classes, like a mixed open like you guys, or an intermediate. I think our sport, like racing, obviously at Grands twice now, the amount of officials we have here in Australia is overkill. You guys run like Grands. It's the greatest race on earth. It was 5,000 riders, and you go down to staging. There's 2 people, and then you've got old school on the hill with maybe another assistant, and then the gate starter. That's it. In Australia, we've got to go through like 3 tents. There's people yelling at you. You need to go over there, stand over there, and you're like, yeah, I'm going over there. I do know how to do this. And then you're standing in the sun, and then they move you to another tent, and then you get your number checked just before you go up to the hill, and then you get your number checked while you're on the hill, and it's just a waste of resources. They could be doing other things, but it's over governance. And I do remember when Connor Fields was over in Australia back in, I think it was 2000, maybe. Was it 2000, Stewie? Maybe?
Yeah, track attack.
Track attack. And he even said, because he was with Gary, the Chase importer, and he said, I've never been somewhere where it's been so many officials in one place. And yeah, he goes, why have you got so many officials? And we're like, hello. But I think that's the problem. The sport is so rigid here, whereas at Grands, the onus is on you. If you don't get to your moto, you know, you miss out.
Mhm.
Here in Australia, you might get called 3 times. Sean Collins to, you know, I might get called 3 times, you know, before they don't worry about me turning up. Whereas at Grands, if you miss the call, you miss the call. It just runs a lot smoother, and I think because those guys are the guys at Grands, the official, they're paid, aren't they? Are they paid?
They're paid
Yes.
by the moto.
Well, the sanction pays them, yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
paid.
the sanction pays them, and
Yeah.
I mean that might make a difference. They seem a lot more happier and they seem a lot more engaging. And you know, like old school, he's awesome. Like you know, talking
yeah.
to him, he's a bit of a internet sensation, and he's just such a nice guy. But all the people in staging, you know, and I just find it really pleasant. As much as there's so much chaos around you, and you're sitting there trying not to get into your own head about your moto. It's just a cool experience just to chill there and just, yeah, cool, that's my moto, up I go, you know, rack B, whatever, you know, gate 2. Easy peasy. Like if I can do it, anybody can do it. But here in Australia, they overcomplicate it and they make it so rigid. And you know, I don't know, I just find it more fun racing in America and riding in America than I do in my own country sometimes, which is really sad to say that.
I was on I was on the Australian BMX website, the like government one, and
cycling.
Cycling, yeah, thanks. And I stumbled into the officials, and you guys have classes that you have to take to be an official.
Yeah.
And I was kind of chuckling because I'm like, yeah, if you're at a local and they need an announcer, like, here you go. Have fun. And Chris actually used to do that to me at Waterford when he volunteered there. And then
help me out, dude.
Or a corner marshal, like, here's the flag. Hold this one up if they're okay. Hold that one up if they're not okay. And like, just go.
Yeah.
I was and like here's curriculums. I was looking in there. Like there's like full blown curriculums for to be to be an official.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
it's nuts.
And then you get the shirt and you have this importance because you've done the curriculum and you get this sort of people that they get a responsibility and they seem to take it a little bit too far, and it's not in the spirit of the sport, it's in the spirit of their resume, I think, more than anything.
What were you going to say, Melissa?
Oh, I mean, other youth sports, you have to do that. Like when I was a soccer referee, I had to go through an initial series of classes to get a license or a certification. And then every year you had to go back and get recertified. And they do that for football and basketball too. And the higher up you go, the more training there is involved here. So I don't know how much how
tricky.
serious BMX is, but I mean, I wouldn't be
it's
surprised.
tricky.
Fine line.
Club level, it's probably a little bit more relaxed. Like it's probably a little bit more relaxed. Like we have our gate nights. So what we have to do every week, we put up a volunteer list. You know, we need someone to drop the gate. We need a first aid person. We need a corner marshal. We also have a bike shed at our track, so that kids can come and try, which is really cool. That's another thing that we do. We have about 25 bikes that we loan out every Wednesday. So kids that are sort of on the fence, don't really know whether they want to try it or not. I sort of encourage parents whenever they reach out to me or the club and say, hey, I want to get my kid into BMX. What bike should I buy? And I'm like, no, you come and borrow one. You come and borrow one for a month. And if after 4 weeks your kid still wants to keep turning up, then go and buy a bike.
Brilliant.
Very good.
Yeah, because I think that's important. But I think what you were sort of saying, Justin, too, you were asking about club coaching. So within our club and with most clubs, there'll be a club appointed coach.
Yeah.
And that person comes once a week, twice a week. Some clubs do it differently. Some will have a club coach. Like we have a couple of club coaches that are just happy just to be there. They're there anyway. They're, helping kids, get them going, doing all that sort of stuff.
Right.
But then we also do have coaches in Victoria, the state that we live in, that's their job. So they go to 3 or 4 different clubs during the week. And that's coaching outside of the normal club activity. Okay. So there are guys in, so you guys would have when like Barry comes to town, he does a clinic. Mm-hmm. Well, these coaches are basically doing clinics 5 days a week at different tracks.
Who's paying them?
So The parents.
The parents. Okay, so that's
The
Parents.
parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not the club.
The club's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
paying.
Yeah, the club's not paying.
for it.
Yeah.
No.
So it's just a coaching. It's just a coaching business. Yeah. It's just
Oh.
a coaching business
Is-
that they have.
okay, and
And they are accredited too. They are accredited, and they have.
They have to
also
jump
do-
through a lot of. They also have to jump through a lot of hoops.
I saw
to
that
get
too.
that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So you would have seen, Justin, if you saw that Oz cycling thing. That's only a new thing, and we're not here to bang on about it for too long. So BMX used to be run by BMX Australia, which was like our USA BMX.
Okay.
And I want to say about 4 years ago, they went away from that, and it brought under the national sporting body, governing body, so a national body. So Oz Cycling, they cover everything from road cycling, mountain biking, BMX. We pretty much just got it all put in the one basket. Unfortunately, with cycling, what BMXers want is definitely not what road cyclists want. What road cyclists want isn't what mountain bikers want. And I think now we're 4 years or 3 or 4 years into that merger now, or that sort of takeover. I feel personally, and I've had some good chats with Sean about this, that the BMX has taken a bit of a while to sort itself out, because there wasn't per se BMX people involved with the BMX side of things. But Oz Cycling, I feel honestly, and I don't mind saying this, in the last 12 months especially, I've seen a big shift in that, and they're getting some people at the level, the club level and the national level that are BMX people. So the sport will only get better as those sort of guys are more involved.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Now,
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Now our coach, we have different. So we have, like you said, like a Barry Nobles comes into town, he does a clinic, but then we also have coaches at the tracks where they do the BMX Racing League, which is something we have over here. And those coaches have to be certified, and you go through a class, an online class, question and answer, and you have to pass. And then you have to pay your money. There's a fee. I believe it's $60, $80 a year. And then
That's reasonable. That's reasonable.
Yeah, it's basically a USA BMX membership is, whatever that costs. That's what this is.
Okay.
And then you're certified for coaching, and there's a lot of things that go into that. There's a lot of first aid, that type of stuff that's covered in there. Concussion protocol,
working with children, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So
There's the big part. It's the background check they do.
And the thing is too is, like, I'm a member of, I've got my USA BMX license, which is it's like $80.
I believe that's what it is.
Yeah, it's $80.
Yeah, so a year. So for us here in Australia, it's $265 a year.
Is that your?
race.
Oh, that's the exchange rate.
No, he's saying that's his license.
No, that's what-
rate.
That's our
That's my
license fee.
That's
Oh,
their-
for
so-
your license. Okay,
That's the
Australia.
Australian. That's
So-
the Australian license. Yes.
Okay.
Is that?
Yeah. So for me to go, sorry.
Is that through? No, does that license come from
Oz
UCI or it comes from Oz Cycling? Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
But the only
Yeah.
the only thing with that, and this is what they've sort of sold it on, is that we have they call it National Dirt. I think they call it Dirt or something, or all
Yeah, they
things.
do. Yeah.
So we could go and do a mountain bike race. We don't have to go and get a mountain bike race license. If we want to go and do a cyclocross or a gravel event, we don't have to go and get another license. It's it all comes under the one. So I don't know if you guys went to do like a gravel event,
We
or
got to get a
whatever you
different
guys-
one. Yeah.
You got to get a different license.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
the benefit is that we don't have to. And if you've got a lot of families too, the kids. I know in Australia, a lot of kids that do BMX also do mountain bikes.
Right.
So the BMX season in Australia now is pretty much done and dusted, but downhill and the mountain bike season's starting. So it's good for those families because they don't have to fork out another
Right.
$200 for another association to keep riding over the summer.
That's
over the summer.
That's the kind of the disconnect is
Yeah.
we have USA Cycling that oversees all those other things, and then USA BMX does the BMX part. Now they talk to each other, but when you go, for example, like if we went to the Worlds, we got to buy a license that from there so we can go to USAC that
UC,
allows us to go
yeah.
race in the kind of the international. Like with me, when I did the mountain bike race, I had to buy a temporary. It came with the entry fee. It was like a temporary license to USA Cycling, because they oversee that side of it. Which in your guys' situation, I wouldn't have, and I just signed up and raced that mountain bike race, and that's they'll work through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So look, I said, man, BMX to me, from what I'm saying, I've been went to the nationals. So our grands is what we call the nationals, the Aussie nationals. This year I went to it. It was up in Sydney. It was great. I loved it. They tried to emulate the night show that you guys did at the grands. They really sort of emulated that this year. And it was really cool. So the pros, they sort of did their motos and quarters, was it, Sean? I think they did.
Quarters,
and then they had like a bit of a break. And then they came out, they had a band and they had a bit of stuff going on. And then at night is when when they got the big dogs out, and Josh Jolly and Sayer and all those top level riders. And that was really cool, because for us, we don't get to see. So this is the other thing about Australia, right? The likes of Sayer, like Isaac Kennedy, he wasn't even there. So for us, we don't even get to see our top riders that often. Even when we have our national events, our top, a lot of the time, our top guys aren't there. So to have it this year, like I said, under lights, Josh was there, Sayer was there. You had the top guys. Yeah, Hayden Fletcher. It was really cool. It was really cool. So they're sort of trying to emulate what you guys are doing over there in that regard for that.
That's cool.
Is there maybe a kind of dumb question? Is there like an Australian pro series for the elite level?
There used to
Yes.
be. There used to be.
And there still sort of is like national series.
I'm sorry, that's what I meant. Like at a national
Yeah,
level,
there sort of still is, but it's only the local guys. And we used to have it under BMX Australia. We used to have it. Hey, Sean, it was pro bikes,
It was
and
awesome.
champ bikes. It was all like 14 plus guys. The problem with
Big
Australia,
money.
big money. The problem with Australia, and I think America is a bit the same. It's such a big country.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's a 3-hour flight to the next capital city. Or to go up northern Queensland, it's a 5-hour flight. So logistically in Australia, it's hard to run a legit series that's in every state. But yes, we do have one. We do have a national series, but I think it's six rounds, and then I guess that's like your NAG. Would that be right? Your NAG
5.
Your NAG 5,
Maybe more like a gold cup.
That might be more like a
Gold Cup.
Gold Cups.
Right.
Gold Cups are considered like
Yeah.
a regional race here, so they break the country up into six areas, and you can race your Gold Cup. The NAG is your national.
Nah,
age
that'd
group.
be our state title, Sean. That
Is it?
would be our state titles,
Now-
the Gold Cup, and then our national series would be your NAG.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I heard
Yeah.
your
See-
state race, though, your state series, it's kind of like our regional, those are big, because we've had Boshin on he's a follower of the show, and him. And
He's from Queensland.
Okay.
So they're northern Queensland too, Cairns.
Okay, so you know him. All right.
That's
Yeah,
that's like to me, that's like being on the moon. Living in Cairns is like living on the moon. And
Okay.
we're still in the same country.
Yeah.
So
He's told me they're huge.
Because
Those events are
and the
big.
thing is, and the thing is, Australia and the US have the same landmass,
Yes.
but we have 27 million people in this country opposed to 270 million people. So our BMX population is very, very small,
Mm-hmm.
and then to get a small BMX population to travel those distances is quite hard, and then to get the prize pool to get some of the big dogs, the top fuelers, to come and race some of those races. And clubs try really hard, and going back to what Stewie says, a lot of the emphasis is on these clubs that are purely voluntarily doing it and going, do we upgrade our track, or do we put prize money in to get some of these pros to come to our track? And it's a really tightrope for some of these clubs, because they're not making a lot of money. Gate night, what do we pay? We pay $5 a gate night and stuff like that. Electricity is, to run lights is not cheap, et cetera, et cetera. And I think probably pre-2020 or 2020, there was a lot of good racing. And even when I first came back after a little bit of a break in the early 2000s, they had the DK Nationals and stuff like that, which was supported by BMX Press, a magazine here in Australia. And that had, guys, Luke Medill and Kamikaze, and, there was a lot of guys chasing that money around our country, but kind of ever since then, it's never really got back to that.
Doesn't really exist anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, that sort of bands and flame shooting, they used to have, live bands in the middle of the track, and it was just such an amazing atmosphere, and it was the cream of the crop. Those pros, it was something else, wasn't it? The Sean
and it's funny
guys.
too, right? So we like I said, we watch the grounds, and we watch it as Australians. And look, I've never been. Sean's been twice now. And it's so funny for us to watch it and see it, just the sheer size of it and the atmosphere and all this sort of stuff. And then you get onto the Facebook stuff and you see all these people complaining, and you're just like, bro, you don't know. It's like you don't know what you've got until you don't have it. Not trying to take away from the fact that I'm sure you guys don't have your own issues, but sometimes that's hard to read because we're just like, man, what you guys have got. We'd sell one of our kids, the one that doesn't ride BMX. We'll get
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
there's always one to sacrifice.
No.
We'd at least take it to the pawn shop and put them on Hawk.
Yeah.
And then we'd get them back.
And buy them back. But you understand what I'm trying to say? It's like we see what you guys have, and we're just like, man, we would love to have that.
Yes.
But obviously, it's you guys obviously have your own issues as well.
Yeah, it's mostly a scooter thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but the thing is, being there twice, no offense, sorry, Stewie, to say that out again, sorry, but going there and then coming back to Australia is really hard. And it changes you. And I don't want to be that person that comes back to Australia after going to Grands and going, I feel really different about BMX in Australia now. I feel how rigid it is and how strict they are on if your tire barely touches a white line, you get relegated, and I'm like, where's the fun? Where's at Grands, it's just, the atmosphere is electric. From the time I get there to the time I leave, I'm sucking it in, every ounce of it, and including all the dust. It wasn't as bad this year as last time. I didn't really get as sick as I did in 2022, but the thing is, it's an amazing event, Grands, and it is the benchmark. And after watching it, like Stewie, years and years and years on TV and going, look, I really want to go there. It lives up to everything that you think and more. Everybody over there is so kind. All the, you can walk into a tent and people, are so friendly, and everybody's just thinking the same thing. BMX. There's no agenda. There's nothing. Everybody just wants to race and have the best time. And I sometimes don't get that vibe sometimes here in Australia, unfortunately. Maybe I'm just an silly old man, but I just want to ride my bike and have heaps of fun and hang out with cool people,
And the other thing is too, if any of our kids try to do a backflip on the racetrack, they'd probably get 300 hours of community service, and their bike would get impounded. They would.
Whoa.
There'd be no. There'd be that would no.
Naughty, huh?
Yeah, it's true.
No.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Smash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
Smash. You
So we see the
100%.
backflips, and we're like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy that
That's
someone
not
would actually
racing.
would even do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not in the spirit of the sport. It's like a few years ago. Actually, I think it was when I was at Grands and the Aussie titles were in Launceston, and Josh Jolly was racing, and he was a fair way in front of everybody, and he was like doing double manuals and triple manuals and stuff like that, and he actually got reprimanded for not riding in the spirit of the sport because he was fooling
I
around.
remember this.
Wow.
Really?
And not giving and not showing respect to his competitors because he was just like, having some fun and enjoying himself, riding a BMX bike, but he wasn't doing it in the spirit of competition, and he got a warning. And I'm like,
Whoa.
that's phenomenal. I mean, that's just talk about squash someone's spirit. You know what I mean? Like,
So
And
I
we're
don't-
we're trying to change that with our podcast too. You know, like that was the whole premise about doing what we're doing, was that we just trying to inject a bit more fun back into the sport. I'm not saying the sport's not fun in Australia. We don't want to be those guys and sound but like I said, we see what you guys have got, and we just like that would be cool for us to have that.
Yeah,
So
we
you
want to plug into some of that, and
so you throw a little style during a race, and you're going to get a talking to.
I mean, style is style is I guess the objective word there, because I mean, someone that used to coach me a long time ago said, if you're moving with the bike and the bike's moving, that means you're in control. But if you're throwing a massive knack or a X up and that, you can get severely reprimanded for that. And a backflip, that'll get you put on the sidelines, 100%.
Wow.
You're disqualified because you're putting other people in danger. That's kind of how Australia is at the moment, regardless whether it's BMX or anything. But to see the freedom of expression at Grands, like Barry and Josh and I can't think of the other guy's name, doing backflips. It's toboggans,
Marshall Gerke,
Marshall Gerke, and that, and that's what BMX is. BMX is a perfect sport for show-offs. I've always said that. That's why I do it. But it's so rigid here. That's the thing. I guess in a nutshell, when I go to Grands and ride over there, I see the freedom of expression, I guess, and then come back here. It's so rigid.
Is it rigid at the local level too? Like real rigid?
Yeah,
it is.
100%.
Because and I hate saying that, but yes, it is.
Me too. Yeah.
We hate saying it.
I was
because it is, because you can't, like, if a kid's at the local track and like on gate nights and stuff, completely different.
Right.
Where we are, like, I love seeing kids sending it. I love seeing kids trying jumps that they probably shouldn't be trying, but it means they're pushing themselves to find that next that next level. But our state races and our national races are just, we sound like we're banging on about it, but they're copy and paste, rinse and repeat, same vibe.
I ask because I think, all right, from what Dozer saw at Grands, like when you go down, regional, state, local, it gets more laxed. Like we have a local track that we'll go to, and we're doing on intermission, like we're doing relay races. This is on the track. Granted, it's not during the race, but
show off time.
It's show off time, and like that track operator has jumping contests like on the fly. And just
that's what we want.
And that was why I asked at the local level.
I think the thing is too, Justin, people, especially, even at a club level, people are so, and because it's all volunteer based, people are so scared to do, or to be perceived to be doing the wrong thing. So what I mean by that is, if you're letting a bunch of kids ride backwards on the track and doing jumps and cross jumping and jumping from pro straights across to, I think the thought process is, if someone saw that, or that gets back to someone and then they go back to the association, well, they're going to come down on me on a ton of bricks.
Okay.
So people, it's almost like it's so rigid and so down the line that people are too scared to step outside of that, just in case, because people don't want to have to deal with the repercussions of not towing the line, doing the right thing.
Well, it's interesting to see the differences between what you guys have in Australia versus what we have here. It's
night and day.
It's just really different
It's night and day.
to learn about. Yeah.
What were you going to say?
But if you want to come to Australia and ride BMX, come down. It's still really cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think you brought an interesting point, since we're talking about showing off. We know what it takes to kind of get involved with the podcast. I'm kind of switching gears on you guys and kind of curious about how you two got into podcasting and showing off, if you will.
It's a funny one.
So
we talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it on our first episode. So it really stemmed from Sean and I every Monday night talking talking BMX and other stuff. We have other hobbies. We're into motocross and supercross as well. So couple of Aussie boys over here at the moment, kicking all your Americans' bums. That's pretty good.
Yeah, they are.
No argument.
Them boys go all right. They go all right.
What is it? Starts with L? Starts with L?
We love Jet and Hunter.
Lawrence.
Shout out to Jet and Hunter if you're listening. So every Monday we just chat and talk crap, and sometimes it'd go for half an hour, sometimes it'd go for 3 hours. And yeah, I think it was my wife, Kaz. She's just like, you guys should just be recording this. Like, you guys should do a podcast. And what do you reckon, Sean? It was like 18 months we talked about it.
Yeah, we put it in the too hard basket straight away. Like it was in the cool, yeah, no problem. No
one's gonna listen to us. There's no way.
That's pretty much it.
Oh God, I have heard that. I have heard that. We have said that 1,000 times ourselves. This is never gonna go anywhere.
No one's gonna want to listen to us. Yeah.
And I guess what you say, it's all good to have a banter on the phone and even in person. And Stewie and I do love a chat. We used to call it our toolbox meeting. And yeah, it was just a good way to vent and to laugh and hear funny stories. And, you hear us sort of say, get the scoop. And Stewie would ring me and say, you got any scoop? You got any intel about stuff? And, we'd swap, information about maybe someone's changing teams or a new product coming out, et cetera, et cetera. And then, so yeah, the whole podcast thing is, but no one will listen to us. So we sort of tried to push it to the side. And then obviously, this Father's Day that we just had here in Australia, Stewie's lovely daughters and his wife bought him a podcast kit. Then he rings me and says, "Uh-oh, it's getting real, brother." And then, and then sort of we got to come up with a name. And I mean, I sort of always sort of said, at the end of the day, it's just BMX. We're not saving whales. We're not in the UN. We're not making cheeseburgers at Macca's. It's just BMX, man. It's just everybody needs to calm down, take a chill pill. I guess that's why what we're saying about, how intense our sport is in this country and how intense parents are, they're like trying to figure out how to hollow out their kids' bones so their kids can be lighter on their bike.
Right.
CNC bones, carbon femurs and stuff like that, so, it's like, it's just BMX, at the end of the day, let's do a backflip and, shut up,
That's
so
amazing.
I think that's where the name and Stewie's like, yeah, that's awesome. And then we just sort of rolled with it. We were pretty apprehensive our first episode, and we just spoke about how we got into the sport, why we love the sport, et cetera, and we just sort of put it into the ether and let it do its thing. And here we are. Let it go. we did an episode last night, a real quick one, and it was just sort of chatting about my Grands experience. So look for that when that drops. Which was an awesome experience. And we've done 8 episodes, and I mean, I was standing in line at Grands to go into the Pro Spectacular. I was just sort of talking to a young gentleman. We were talking about Australian tracks versus American tracks. He was interested in how our tracks are and stuff like that. And he goes, "Hey, I recognize your voice, man." I'm like, "Oh yeah, cool." And then he goes, "Do you do a podcast?" And I go, "As a matter of fact," and I flip my phone around and, I've got the little thing on there. It's just BMX. He goes, "Oh yeah, I listen to you guys." I'm like, how good is that? Just a random guy standing in line and he listens to our podcast. So that's really makes us smile. And I, straight away messaging Stewie and I'm like, hey, dude, this, and we're stoked on the stoke. Like, and because
that's a moment.
We just want to make, we just want to make people smile, laugh at our silly stories and our silly jokes and just come along for the ride with us and just understand we love BMX just as much as you guys love BMX. And we just want to make it a little bit more, and we've got some good guests lined up and a lot of people are even starting to ask us to come onto our podcast, which is pretty humbling.
Yeah.
But you guys too, I think I've spoken to Justin about this. I might have said it before we come on as well. You guys are pretty much the reason why I thought we could do it. And what I mean by that is I've sort of been watching, like I said, I've been watching you guys for like 18 months. And then it took me a long time to comment. I think comment on like one of the videos that you guys are doing, the live ones. And then I think you might have said something back like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I don't know. I still had this idea that they're doing it. They're not going to read my comment. Like they're not going to be interested in anything that I've got to say. And then we've had a couple of chats online and in messages and stuff. And I said to Sean just before we started, I'm like, I watch these two dudes from America, and I'm like, they're just like us.
Oh, 100%.
They love BMX.
Yeah.
They love BMX. They seem like they're really good mates. You guys have different personalities as well. So even though me and Sean, we're the same, like we're sort of the same person, but we do have different personalities.
Mm-hmm. He's
but
smarter.
It was really, I'm a lot funnier. But to get back to, like I said, you guys really were, for me, even like, I'm only talking for myself. I was like, man, these guys, what they do is really cool, and I really want to do that. And that sort of kicked it off. The other thing for us too, guys, is this is what we really want people to understand. The show's not about us.
Mm-hmm.
Us as riders, like we've raced for years. I never achieved anything at BMX. Like I never. My biggest achievement probably you guys would have heard of Warwick Stevenson,
mm-hmm.
the Warlock, and Luke Medill. Well, I grew up, so they're the same age as me, so I grew up racing them guys. And my claim to fame is that the national titles in 1998, I had Luke Medill on one side, Warwick Stevenson was on the other side just before he went to America. And they pretty much just both cut my bike in half. And one of those guys, I'm not going to drop their name. I'm not going to say which one it was. We might drop it on a later episode. One of them, as we crossed the line, turned around and said to me, "I wouldn't even bother coming back tomorrow."
Oh,
tomorrow being the final day. But what I'm trying to say is that us as riders, we haven't, when we were never top level riders, we were never national pro level riders, but we just love the sport. But Australia has such a, and this is the other thing that, like for us, BMX was America, so BMX was American, mm-hmm. but Australia has a massive BMX history, like a huge BMX history. Yes. We've produced a lot of good riders. Mm-hmm. We've produced Olympians. Sam Willoughby, man, I'm sure you've heard of him. Yep. Kalen Young.
Who's that guy?
Sam, who's that guy? But then now we've got like Lauren Reynolds and Sam Davies and Isaac Kennedy and Josh McLean and all these guys that are living in America, living the dream, and our national guys too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No one's telling their story in Australia. No one.
Oh, that's too bad.
No one's telling their story, right? So then, and we've had a few guests. Like we got Josh Jolly. You probably heard of him, young kid.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. We're familiar.
Yeah. Can do a backflip.
Right.
Yeah, we've heard of him.
Can do a backflip.
Goes all right. Well, he was like our third guest.
Wow.
That's it. Yeah. Your trajectory, like when I saw you,
I feel like we might have already peaked.
you got a long ways to go. But like, dude, when I saw that, I'm like, holy shit! Like, I can't wait to listen to this one.
Right, but look, and we don't mind saying it. And me and Sean have talked about that. Full transparency. It's like, and a few people have said to us, "How did you guys get him to agree?" And Hayden Fletcher, who just went double on our national championships. How did you get these guys to come on? It's like, because no one else in Australia is telling their story.
Yeah,
right.
We just asked them.
And we just asked them.
It's amazing how far you can go with that. It's like, hey man, you interested? Yeah. Okay. There you go.
I'm not someone that likes to bug people. I like to just leave people alone.
Yes.
And
that's who gets me to do it.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of.
Yeah. But we also we sort of said from the start that because we didn't know, we didn't really back ourselves. We were never going to jump on a platform and say, "Hey guys, we're the Aussie BMX experts. You need to listen to our podcast." We were just like, let's just do it. If 5 people listen, that's okay. If 100 people listen,
you got
to start. But then, like I said, the reason why I feel like the reason why we were able to get Josh. I mean, we've known Josh since I remember watching Josh when he was 5 years old. But these guys are sort of happy. I think they're happy to come on because no one else in Australia is telling their story, and there's so many BMX stories from Australia. And we just want to spread that and let these guys have their platform to be able to tell their story.
We've had
that's great.
We've had pros on from the 80s all the way up till now, and there always is a consistent theme when you'll hear stories. And for me, like I wasn't in racing, like the old school, the 80s stuff, like Chris was. And I hear like how, oh man, them dudes were like John Cruises and that group, and they're telling stories in Australia, and I was like, wow, that was a hotbed, and
it really was.
Yeah, they tell stories about racing over in Australia. Yeah,
right, and
yeah.
Before the internet, like what? You just get on a fucking plane and
it's a lot easier now. Like we have a lot of kids. Jordan Callum, he's the mongoose guy. We've sort of got him lined up to come on in the next couple of episodes. So he's taken a different path. He's on through Marion, through the school.
Yeah.
They do it as so the kids in Australia. We actually have another kid from our club, Cooper Bromley, who races on profile with Sean. They go over there on a college scholarship, and that's their foot in the door. So they usually do that through Marion. So there's quite a few Australians that have done that.
Oh, I didn't know
but
that.
it just gets them over there. Yeah, it gets them over there. So that's what Jordan's doing. He's been over there for a couple of years now. But he goes to school, he's studying, and he gets to race BMX on the weekends, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But if we didn't tell that story, most people probably wouldn't know that. So
right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's our premise. That's our business plan. I don't know. Just I'm like Stewie. I never set the world on fire in BMX as a racer, but I've made so many amazing relationships with people and just I just find the friendships and the experiences, whether it's road trips and just going to races over the years. That's my titles, I guess, if that's what you want to put it as. I'm like, I came to Grands this year with a friend of mine who I've known for over 30 years, and we met through racing, and he's a dear friend to me. And it was such an awesome experience to go to America with him. And we met through BMX, and I think friendships and relationships and all that sort of stuff for me is more important to me. I'm not saying that if you're into having number one world or whatever, that's not a thing you can strive for, but I'm still being rewarded in this sport, not with titles, but with experiences and friendships that have lasted. I get along with people in BMX sometimes better than my own family. Like Stewie, really, he's like my brother, like legitimately like my brother. And I talk to him more than my own brothers. So, and that's a truism. But the thing is, we want to push the positive side, and we are a little scared to talk the whole political thing sometimes on our own podcast, because we don't want to be just another BMX podcast in Australia that talks ill of the association, so to speak.
Right.
We want to talk about the riders, because you talk to riders, and they have so many awesome stories about about how they working 5 jobs to get to a World Cup, or they're not getting any support, or you've got other people that they've had the opportunities. Like I had a discussion with Jack Davis a couple of years ago over at Grands, and his parents had helped him and they bought him a house down in Florida, and the old tall poppy syndrome Australian saying is there was a few people like, he's only over there because his parents got heaps of money and all this sort of stuff. And I'm like, that's crap. That really annoys me, that sort of attitude. If, as a parent, you want the best for your kids, and if that's their dream and you can facilitate that, of course you're going to do it. Why would you say
100%?
Oh, and that's the sort of stuff that annoys me. I'm all for it. And he goes, oh, thank you so much for saying that. I'm like, because it's the truth, bro. I want you to be successful. I'm all in with you, brother, because you've got an opportunity that your parents. It doesn't mean that that's an instant success. He's still got to work hard. He's still got to grind. He's still got to get up and do his sprints and still work really hard. It just doesn't get handed to him on a silver platter because his parents have set him up in America. And I think we still need to support him because he's an Aussie BMXer, and we've got to support our people over there. It's important, but to have people say, "Oh, you're only over there because your parents are loaded," that's crap. I really despise that sort of stuff. So that's another thing for our podcast is to get guys on like Jack, which, you know, he might have maybe said yes, you know, to get him and get him to tell his story, you know,
Yeah.
and his side of the story.
So rumor has
So-
it, you haven't peaked yet, and there's this really, really infamous BMXer that's moving to Australia, who has parted ways with his
He's already
sponsor.
here.
So he's already there. I feel like
He's already fully set it up. Fully set up.
Okay.
He's been here. He's been here for months. Yeah.
so.
been here
Who's
for
who's
months.
messaging him first?
Oh, yeah, we talked about this, didn't we, the other day, Sean? I was sitting on a couch. It was a Friday night. I had a big week at work. Had a couple of cordials. We call it cordial. I don't know what you guys call it over there. A couple of Kool-Aids. And I just sort of started firing off a couple of, hey, this is who we are. This is what we're doing. I may have typed one up to him.
Good.
I just haven't pulled the trigger and set the send.
okay.
It's still sitting in my outbox.
All right.
So the question,
You
When,
could-
when we're when
you
we're
could
done,
scoop
You
it.
never know.
when we're
you never know.
done, send it.
Yeah.
When we finish
Well,
the
yeah.
show,
Yeah,
send
yeah,
it.
100%.
What do you got to lose?
right?
You got nothing.
No-
you got
no-
nothing to lose.
No,
And the
nothing.
thing-
Nothing.
And the thing is, he's been, because his wife's parents live here,
Oh, okay.
and that, yeah, up on the Gold Coast, and they were obviously holidaying here, and especially with the young kids, and I think they live in like a gated community, you know, which is nice and safe, et cetera, and I think they kind of fell in love with just the life here, and he can be anonymous and sort of just go to a local. I mean, a lot of people still know who he is, but in the grand scheme of things, he can just be himself and raise his family, go ride some motocross on the weekend, or go to some local gates at Nerang, a local track here in Brizzy, and just sort of go about it without too much hassle. And he's pretty sort of chilled sort of person, but very, very.
He's running some clinics too.
Yeah.
So he's running some clinics on the other side of the country. So yeah, it sounds like he's here for a while. So because Roman's here too now.
Remain,
So Sayers pretty much Sayers family relocated to Brisbane as well. So
Okay.
so Roman and they ride dirt bikes. They go dirt bike riding during the week. Joris and Roman do.
Why not?
So,
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
yeah, why not? So
And,
no, it's interesting, and the whole thing with Chase, I think a few people are sort of scratching their head there, but
Yeah.
anyway.
So I don't remember.
Maybe,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say
No.
I don't remember learning how you two knew or met each other originally.
Through BMX.
Did you same track or like
I was just
No,
attracted to his personality.
like you run into
And
each
my-
other at a track
and
or
my
do you-
beard. No, just
And his-
so in Australia, I was actually funny. I was having a look at one of my kids found one of my medals the other day. It was from a cruiser. It was a race back in 2012, I think, Park Orchards,
Okay.
and just a cool little track down in Melbourne. And our cruiser class was like 30 to 40, but it probably was like 30 to 50. So when we had Josh on, and I talked about I used to race your dad. A lot of times in Australia, because the numbers are so small compared to what you guys have, I race Sean, even though Sean's 10 years older than me.
Yeah.
So that's sort
Okay,
of how you know.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to be fair, the sport in itself, like I could probably, if I had to sit down and really think about it, I could probably tell you the name of just about every single, say from like 10 plus that raced our state titles with 560 riders. I could probably tell you the name of just about every single person that did that.
Wow.
Because it's small.
It's yeah.
It's, yeah. So every state series that we do, it's the same people. Every big open race that we do, it's the same people.
Okay.
So you just get
And we ended up on the same team together.
Oh,
Yes.
Ended up riding on the Speedline team.
So I know, Chris, you're a
the
Supercross guy. Is that right?
I'm a fan. Yeah.
You're a fan. Yeah. So
Whatever,
my
dude.
that's my jersey up there. So you used to ride for the Supercross Australian team,
Okay. Well,
And mine's
you've
the
done
white
better
one.
than I have.
and then the orange one is my daughter's. So she's riding for them now.
Oh, that's cool. Nice.
On the Australian team. Yeah, so that's
Awesome.
That was kind of full circle for me. So I sort of went away from BMX. Not that you ever go away from BMX, because I think once you're in it, you're always in it. But we went and did some other things. Got married and had more kids and work, and did a bit of motocross. Like, went back and did a bit more motocross because I did a fair bit of that when I was a kid. And then like 4 years ago, my wife said, "I'm going to take our youngest daughter to a come and try day for BMX," and I was like, "Oh man." Okay, I guess we're getting back into this, and and we haven't left, So and it was, and like I said, it was so funny. I remember the first race, the big open race that I took my daughter to. I hadn't been at a BMX track for probably 6 years, and it was in a town called Mildura, which is about a 5-hour drive north from here. It's sort of like on the border between 3 states.
Oh my goodness.
And it was so funny. Yeah. It's like a population of about, I don't know, probably 15,000 people maybe. And it was so funny. I got out of the car and they're like, "Oh, Stu, how you going?" It's like, it's just still the same people. Like, and it's usually just the same dudes in my situation that I used to race against. They're now bringing their kids back. So you just run into the same people. It's just full circle.
Wow.
But I mean, we stayed in contact anyway. When you weren't riding, we still stayed in contact.
Yeah.
Cool. We'd still talk every week. Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of you didn't solicit the other, like Chris got wined and dined Justin to convince him to be on the show.
So that was a question that I had. How do you? I know. So Justin was. I know you guys. I don't know how you guys got together, but you guys are clearly good.
Every once in a while, we claim each other.
For tax reasons.
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah, right. But Justin and Chris, how did you guys? What's your?
That's a hell of a story.
What's your story?
What's your story?
So
you want to go?
Well, you volunteered at Waterford Oaks, and which Chris will tell you hosted the Worlds in '94.
And I've heard you say that. Yeah.
Many
I actually follow their social media. I follow their social media page. Yeah.
Okay.
I had an idea about doing a podcast about the Michigan scene to kind of help keep. We had an indoor track, and I was like, there's a lot of momentum. If we did a podcast and we did like a weekly talk of like the race that was there that weekend.
Yeah.
And that was the whole idea right there, was just kind of keep the momentum going. And
I guess, like, for people in Australia that aren't familiar with Michigan, we get snow.
Snows, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We get snow here.
Yeah.
So
so we don't ride in the wintertime.
Yeah.
So our season basically runs 1st of May to end of October. Sometimes we get into November if we're lucky.
So that was the idea.
What do you do what do you do the rest of the time?
Find indoor. So like, I can go all the way full circle.
Ride snowmobiles.
Nope, not this one.
Nope.
I don't do. Nope.
Nope.
No.
I don't. No winter sports.
I was being sarcastic.
I know. Nope. Nope. You find skate parks. You ride a lot of skate parks, and for us we have Rays.
Or
it's
you
just
drive
3.5 hours.
3.5, 4 hours to Rays indoor mountain bike park.
Yeah. And there's still other indoors, but that was the idea. And I bought a podcast kit, kind of similar to what your kids got, and I just couldn't figure out like how do you. It was sort of like that. I couldn't figure out the scene from Zoolander when they're like, it's in the computer. I'm like, how do you take it and just put it here? But I was like, man, I've done.
I know the feeling.
I was like, I've done Facebook Live, so it can't be that hard. I went to a board meeting. I was volunteering at a track, Richfield, and he's at Waterford. And I went to a board meeting, and he followed me in the parking lot and was like, "Hey," because I'm like, "What the dude?"
The reason I followed him was I heard him say to somebody,
"You better fill this story in real fast."
I thought he's mugging me, dude.
Yeah, I'm like, come on.
So somewhere along the way, I think you had done a Facebook Live from the track.
Well, Melissa and I did that one remember on New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
We did, so we took the soundboard and I could figure this out.
That was after we had already.
Oh, and I plugged it into the phone and talked about it then.
But they had done a Facebook Live from the track showing the races. And I saw that and I went, I need to do something like that at Waterford Oaks. And if we could work it into some type of like Justin was just saying, some type of a podcast where we go, just a quickie. or maybe just a Facebook Live thing where it's just a quick 3-5 minute. Hey, this is what's coming up this week. You got practice here, practice there, race this day, blah blah blah.
Like
blah,
another way to promote
Yeah.
what you guys are doing. Yeah.
Yeah. So then when we were at that board meeting and he came to the board meeting and I heard him say to somebody, I'm thinking about doing this podcast. I'm like,
I'm in.
and
That's
I
it.
knew I knew a little bit about Justin, and I knew he makes things happen.
That's a great way of putting it. Chris.
Yeah.
He makes things
Yeah, awesome.
happen. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to, I already had the idea, but it was different. But it was an idea of something like that. And again, like you, Stu, I'm like, I don't have the guts to actually do it.
Yeah.
He would ask me at his track when I was there just riding. He would come up with a microphone and be like, "Can you make this announcement?" And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, dude." I'd take the microphone because I'll announce. And I'd be like, blah, 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 whatever. Here you go. And he's like, "Hey, can you announce?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'll announce." So when he hit me up in the parking lot with this idea of like, I want to do the podcast.
I want to be a part of that.
I said, I came home
Yeah.
and I told Melissa, I'm like, Chris from Waterford and Blue Bike Chris? And she's like, yeah. I said,
Blue bike.
What?
he had
Blue bike?
he has this beautiful like powder coated blue Supercross. And I'm telling you, this is color coordinated. It's beautiful. It's before he got the F1 because once he got on the podcast, Bill gave him a raise, so he got the F1. But
Sure.
Oh, all right.
So
look.
Yeah, righto.
No,
So, yeah.
actually, I must admit, Bill has looked after me. So
yeah, I came home and I said, hey, Chris wants to do this thing, and she's like, really? I said, yeah. I'm like, yeah, well, let's do it. And sat down, and Melissa bought me a book
That's
called
so cool.
Podcast for Dummies, and I read some of that, and then I got on social media and started reading shit and going
Yeah,
to
but
YouTube.
he took us out to dinner
Yeah. Well, that
at
was
my favorite restaurant.
yeah, he found out Melissa's favorite restaurant.
yeah, well.
That's true.
We should meet for lunch. We should meet for lunch and like talk about what this looks like. And so
wow.
I got to meet his wife, and it was great.
Because there
That's
was
cool.
some reason we were meeting. It wasn't
Ticking
for the
boxes
podcast,
the whole way
but
home.
no, but
He
Yeah,
pulled a real quickie. He's like, we'll meet and talk about A, and then all of a sudden came the podcast thing.
Yeah.
We're like, oh,
I was like,
oh,
Gotcha.
by the way,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Was that when we
Yeah.
were?
No, it's cool, man. Like I said, what you guys do is so cool, and it's like I said, it's without blowing too much smoke.
Yeah.
Like I said, I watched you guys, and I was just like, Shawnee, we could do this, man. Like,
Well,
we
it's
could do this.
real.
Yeah.
It's humbling to hear. For me, it's crazy every week to see like somebody watching the show or listening to the show and commenting, like all the way from Australia, or like with somebody in Europe that watches the show and things. And like you guys know this, like you can start looking at your analytics and stuff and see where your show's downloaded.
Yeah.
We're like
Poland.
what?
We're massive in Poland.
You see, and you'll find these
That's
pockets,
random.
and that's the stuff.
Yeah, I
like
know.
wow.
Random as.
And then
Yeah.
we meet, you know,
Yeah.
we see your guys' show, and you guys were like, you're that's huge for us because that's a long reach.
yeah, it is.
Nah,
I
it
think,
is.
and Stu put me onto you guys and said, just watch these guys. This is what I'm thinking, and I've gone back and looked at a lot of your older sort of stuff, and just your dynamic between you and Chris and Justin. Your dynamic is amazing. I just think it's just you. I don't want to say, I don't want to be that person that says it, but you make it look easy. And it's a bit like, when you sit there on the beach and you watch the guys surf,
Yeah.
you go, I reckon I could get out there, pedal out there, and I reckon I could stand up on a wave, no problem. And I've been that guy that's bought all the gear, surfboard, wetties, and stuff, and you get worked like the washing machine, like, oh, hang on, this was supposed to be easy. I'm supposed to look like Chris and Justin out there on the wave getting up on the board, but it's not happening. But yeah, and the guests that you have on are so interesting, and such a diverse.
Al Kane episode. Yeah, Al Kane episode was awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah.
He's a good time.
And just a little snippet for you, Chris. My bike made the top 10 back in 2021. Al Kane's, bike of the year. And I got top 5 with a Supercross.
I gotta.
Yeah.
I've never done that,
Yeah.
and I gotta do that.
When we're at the
You do
track,
have to
it's
do
like
that.
it's a thing
Yeah,
that people tell him, like, you need to, especially because it's even the new ones dialed in.
Yeah. So what?
Yeah,
You got
yeah,
you got a vision now?
Yes. Yeah.
You got a vision?
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
They're cool.
So the first one, the blue one, it's a Supercross, and it's aluminum, and it was anodized blue. And
Is it an envy? Is it one of the anodized envies?
Yes. Yeah.
Ah,
So
that's
Envy,
so cool.
Envy Sport. Envy
Yeah,
Sport?
I think it's a
is so
5.
cool.
I think. I
Oh,
don't
it's a
remember.
V5. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
Oh,
I've had
yeah,
it
well.
since 2011, and then last year I got into it. So it was what, 12, 13 years old. I was riding the same bike for that long. So
yeah.
So now I got a
I've
new.
got a,
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, while
and I've
Justin's
got a
looking,
nice 250
here it
just
is.
here. You can't see it, but yeah.
oh yeah,
Here,
Oh, yeah,
here,
pop it
here
up.
it is, buddy. Look at that sweet bike right there.
Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, that's awesome. So we'll have to
Thank you.
swap bike photos, Chris, I think.
oh my gosh, bike porn.
We'll have
Yeah, I got bike
bike
board.
board.
Oh, no, now
They're bike
we're
porn.
going to be here for the next 4 hours now. You've got Sean fired up. He's just,
to
That's hilarious.
we'll be here for the next 4 hours. But
and
yeah,
I'm
no,
wearing just because he can't be here with me today. I'm wearing John Pringle's jersey because he's my bodyguard.
Oh,
Well, that's
hey,
funny. That's funny that you bring him up because I was just waiting for a
Yeah,
moment
Pringle.
to interject that he did do a little check-in in the chat and said, "What's up, boys?"
Good, yeah.
Hey, did you want to,
Yeah, because I did.
Melissa? Do you want to show him Pringle's jersey real quick?
Oh,
Behind you there.
It's
Yeah.
it's currently
covered up.
underneath his friend Tom Johnson's jersey because Tom wanted to make sure that the Nag jersey was in
Yeah.
front of
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
Pringle's.
there it is. Yeah, Pringle. Yeah.
Those
I just
guys
thought,
are fun.
Well, he's my bodyguard. Oh, it was so much fun hanging out with those guys, especially the road trip from Florida to Tulsa with
Oh, yeah.
John and Gus in the truck. That was so much fun, and we were having this competition. Not to fall asleep because if you fell asleep, you were allowed to take pictures of each other.
Oh,
And he's
shit.
actually written on this jersey on the back, "Do not fall asleep." I've got some amazing video footage of him falling asleep and still scrolling at his phone. So
Oh
it
my
didn't
God,
work out
Justin
too
knows
good
how
for
to
him.
do that.
I'm
Yeah,
guilty.
so
Yep.
it was so much fun, and he's just like a big kid like me. You know, Gus is the sensible one, and John's like the big kid that gets let out of the house for a weekend, and I'm a little bit the same. So yeah, he's a gas. He's so much fun, and the profile guys were just so welcoming, and I love Florida. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It's just, yeah. So I heard you guys are going down there, and I'm like, oh yeah. So I got to ride Triple Creek and went to Sarasota, and yeah, just loved that scene down there. And
It's a
Gus said I could move down there. So
Nice.
it's a really man. Every direction you go, it's a whole different track. You know, you can go from Cape Coral, that's kind of the old NBL style track, beautiful, and then you can go up to Sarasota in an hour, and then and I think it's like an hour and a half from Sarasota. You're at Triple Creek, and then you got Oldsmar and just Naples, and they're lucky, very lucky state. They got some beautiful
yeah,
tracks.
and the weather, the weather was amazing, and got.
I
to meet
said to
Tim
Sean, I wasn't sure if he left on his own accord or they had to call in those ice agency guys who got running around over there. got him booted. He wasn't going to leave.
Got shipped out. Huh?
He got shipped out.
Yeah.
Had to make you leave.
Well, I mean, yeah, I said to Gus, I can wash the truck every Friday for him. I'll be happy to do that for him. He said, yeah, I'll just bring you to profile every day, and Jim will find a job for you. He'll give you something to do. And
Right.
No, it was an amazing experience with those guys, and just so welcoming. And I just find that the whole BMX community, with you Gates at Triple Creek, and it was, hey, how you going? And yeah, we've got funny accents, I know, and Sarasota, like that's just such a professional.
Yes.
I mean,
Isn't that
that's such
something?
yeah, and seeing Remy jump the pro straight, and she was doing the front straight off the 8-meter hill, and I'm like, this is insane. She's 11 years old. Just just crazy. But I can really see. I think, like, going back to the conversation at the start of this podcast, is the opportunity. I can actually see the opportunities that for riders and even people in the sport in BMX. There's so much more opportunity over there to make connections with people. And I found that this time I was talking to a lot of different people, and hey, let's catch up or do this, or hey, let's be friends on social media. And I was like, just and some heavy hitters, and I'm like, I've never had those opportunities in Australia to make connections within the BMX world, and I thought, this is really interesting. Like if I was to spend X amount of time there, maybe things could be a little bit different for me, in a way,
But isn't that
But
interesting though? That's probably it's probably like a unique part of our sport too. Like if if you're a young kid that's into basketball or whatever, and your dream is to go watch the NBA, you go watch an NBA game, but you're not getting anywhere near,
Right.
you're not getting anywhere near LeBron or any of these players. Whereas I think BMX is very unique in that. You can get up and close with the guys and the industry people, and it's a blessing and a curse of the sport being so small. But for me, it's still really cool that you can get up and say, oh, hey Joris, or hey whoever, or and sort of get up close and personal with them, and that's the beauty about our sport.
And
that is really cool.
you're so like with the podcast, right? With those people that you get to be up and close with. I know for Chris and I, some of these people we might not meet, we wouldn't cross paths with, and they become friends. And you're
Like Hollywood.
like exactly. I like used to.
Colin Styles.
Yeah, Mike was the guy from Rad. That's who I remembered. I
Yeah,
didn't, like
same.
the
Yeah,
main guy.
same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy. Okay, whatever. But Mike had the mustache and the sweet pink outfit, and like we'd watch that and then go bike riding, and like, man, Mike, and then he's on my show. He's on our show.
That's the
Then-
first time I've actually
Yeah.
ever seen Justin be completely speechless. Was when he received a
That's
text message
crazy.
from Mike Hollywood Miranda. It went, "Oh my god."
Yeah, and it's true. Like, so he's, he could say he's like, I won't say he's the Michael Jordan of BMX, but he's up there. If you could imagine, if you and Chris sat down one day and said, "Hey, we're going to start a basketball podcast," I'm going to reach out to LeBron, see if he'll just jump on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ain't happening.
Right.
Like, not you know what I mean? Not happening. So that's the beauty of what we're doing.
That's a great example, man.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
the guys are, they're accessible to a certain degree.
Yeah.
And I've even like over the years, I've ended up with a really good friendship, friendship with Bill Ryan, and going back to the Supercross connection. And while we're in the States, we spent 2 days up in Apple Valley pre-Grands, and he was so gracious with his time and hung out with us and told us many Mike Miranda stories, because those guys are like best buddies.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And Bill said to me he would be happy to come on our podcast. And
sure.
He's a
I-
fun interview. He is
He
a
is.
fun interview.
yeah,
Very, very
Yeah,
interesting
and
everything.
yeah, and I'm friends with his sons, and I talk to Lincoln maybe once or twice a week, and like I do feel that genuine connection. He's not a connection. It's not a connection because I'm a consumer. It's a true friendship, and these people are like the rock stars of our sport. He's been in the sport for 30 nearly 40 years. And even when we're in LA, he sent me and Shane, my friend, little assignments. He goes, "Oh, this is where this is the address of where I started High Tech, and that's where I was selling out of the garage." And so we went there and we took pictures of the house, and we said, "Yeah, we've done this." And this is where I had my first bike shop. Go check this out. He was sending me on this little mission, and it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've never done that sort of stuff ever, but he was having fun sending us on these missions, and we were like, "Yeah, cool, Bill, we did this," and it was just so much fun. And then to even be there at Grands when he got 8 times Bike of the Year, and to see how genuinely happy he was, and especially after his surgery on his knee and stuff like that, and then you kind of feel like you do feel that connection, and you do feel genuinely happy because they're your friend, just not you're not just a consumer, and they make you feel like that. And I got that so much this trip from so many different people, just the genuine friendships. And we're early on our podcast, but it'd be awesome to make some more connections, fingers crossed. But we really appreciate you guys taking the time to promote us. I'm fairly gobsmacked. And I mean, Stu's got a really good relationship with you already, so I'm playing catch up a little bit. But yeah, I just want to say genuinely from the heart, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Well, thank you guys.
We really do. We really do. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks.
We're just too washed up. I mean, Sean's still riding, but we're just too washed up. Never, you can't even say we're washed up because we were never was. But we're just two dudes that love BMX. I'm lucky now. It's gone full circle for me. I've got and I don't bang on too much about her in the podcast. I've got a little girl. She would be like what you guys call expert, little nine expert girl who just lives and breathes BMX. Like,
Nice.
Oh, that's
absolutely
cool.
loves it. So I get to do that with her now. And she watched. So this year, she watched the Grands pretty much from front. I caved in and bought the Flow subscription. She pretty much sat with me the whole weekend and just watched it. She was right into it. She knew all the riders.
Nice.
She knew who was doing what and who was racing for who. And she's like, oh, that person, oh, they're riding for that team now. They used to ride for that team, And as a 9-year-old girl on the other side of the world, it just goes to show you how interconnected everyone is now.
Oh, now that's rad.
It's really cool. It is really cool, man. I'm stoked about it. My wife's probably more into BMX than I am, if you can believe that.
Really?
She's right. Yeah, she's insane. She loves it. Yeah, so she's
cool.
right into it. So last year,
And
last year we had our nationals on the other side of the country. It's like 3,500 kilometers away. And I had to work. Sometimes you have to work to pay the bills, and she took my daughter across. It was her first ever nationals. We have what we call in the other thing that's a little bit different too in Australia. We have sprockets, so you don't actually race competitively in Australia till you're 8. It's purely participation.
Ah.
Okay.
So all these 4, 5, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds in America that are racing for plates and stuff, in Australia that doesn't happen. So we have what they call sprockets. It's non-competitive. Don't get me wrong, the parents still know where their kids finish. Trust me, they still know. The stopwatch comes out. Don't worry about that. But yeah, she, so I had to work last year, and it was my daughter's first ever nationals, I suppose. She did it as a sprocket, but as competitive. And yeah, they went over there with the goal to maybe make semis. And she got top 8, like she made the final.
Nice.
That was, that was really cool. But yeah, she's happy to do that sort of stuff on her own. Sort of forgot where I was going with that, but it's really cool as a family that we get to experience it again for a second time.
Right,
a second time.
Yeah. And
because my wife did try BMX, she did give it a go. I think she raced twice on a cruiser.
Okay.
And then she had a really big stack at our local track.
Crash.
And she's like, and we were sort of about to try to have our second child. She's like, nah, I don't think this is for me. I don't think this is for me. So she pulled the pin on the racing side of it, but she's heavily involved in the club and the sport in the background. So it's really cool.
And our podcast.
Yeah.
And our podcast, because
you need one. You need a female.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, I might get her to contact you, Melissa, because
Anytime.
you guys run a pretty tight ship here.
Absolutely.
Because the other thing is too, this is our first ever video. We've never done one over video before.
Okay.
I don't know. I sort of said to Sean, I was a bit reluctant to do that. I don't know why. But we might.
It's a little nerve-wracking.
We might start doing some video ones, because I think the video one's pretty cool.
It is kind of fun.
Right on.
I mean, I started hiding on the stairs, which is like stage right here.
You'll see after the show.
Oh yeah.
And letting them know, like, you're not loud enough.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. The video's not started.
Yeah.
We were notorious for not turning the mute off, and we would just start the show, and we're like,
Yeah. We're
And
talking
she's like-
away.
Puppeteering.
she's yelling, "The mute's on!"
Yeah.
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 I'll do the same. I must look at the "Are we recording?" button about 700 times during the episode, because I'm like, oh no, and then I have to yell out to my wife, are we, because I'm no good with this stuff. I'm like, are we downloading to the cloud or to the computer? Like, I still have no idea.
You upload to the cloud.
Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah, she's the glue that keeps this crazy sideshow on track. But I'm a bit like Shuey also. Like, I've got a daughter who no longer races, but she loves BMX still. But and also was on the same team as me and Stewie. Like, the parallels are crazy. Like, she was on Speedline, which was awesome for me to be on a race team, the same as my daughter. And we used to watch Grands every single year. It was a big thing. We watch it from cover to cover. Just loved it, and we were huge Transit BMX fans. And then when I finally got to go to Grands in 2022, like, I did practice, and she rang me, and she was crying, and she's like, "Dad, I'm so proud of you. You finally got there. You finally do it, and I'm sitting here watching you ride and race." Now, if that's not the best trophy in the world,
Yeah.
no,
Right on.
that's it. And that's it. Even I'm getting goosebumps now, because that was such a thing, to have your daughter so proud of you to do something that, every year you go, yeah, I'm going to get there next year. I'm going to get there next year. And it doesn't necessarily happen. And then it happened, and she rang me, and she was so happy, but she said she was proud of me. Now, I was pretty injured still back then with my gassed out knee. I've injured my knee really badly, to the point where I have to have a full knee replacement. So to be riding and racing still is a bit of an achievement for me. But she's still proud of me, and it was kind of cool that I still send her photos of. Like, her favorite rider is Bubba Harris. And, last time I was there, I got a photo with Bubba, and I sent it straight to her. And, just things like that things we talked about, I could actually go out to those people and just take photos with them, and then send them straight to my daughter. And she's like, "Oh, look at that. You're with Bubba Harris now." And just things like that which I don't know if I'm not saying you guys take advantage of that or take it for granted.
Well,
but we really do. We really do. Well, I know I do. When I've been to Grands now, I take it with both hands and just try and immerse myself in it 100%.
The difference too, you're halfway around the world, and majority of the people, it's the farthest drive I think most people could make would probably be 24 hours. That would be the drive, right? That'd be about right.
Yeah.
If you went from the East Coast. So I totally get what you're saying. Like, because it's one thing to say I'm going to get there. We had when Boshin was telling us about his trip, how many flights he had to take, and go here, go there. Like when we went, Melissa and I rented a minivan and just got in it and drove there. Like, it wasn't it wasn't that big of a deal compared to the course you have to take to do it, which is that's a huge undertaking.
I'm wrong.
Oh,
it is.
Maine to Tulsa would be 26 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, and for us, like, obviously 14 and a half hours in a plane just to get to LA, and
jeez.
Then I think it's then, what is it, to Tulsa in a plane? I think or to Dallas, because sometimes you can't fly directly into Tulsa. But even for us, we went all the way down to Tampa, and then we got in the profile truck, and then we drove the 24 hours from Tampa to Oklahoma with Gus and and John. And that was hard. I must admit, it was funny. It was heaps of laughs and, all that sort of stuff. And they said, buckle up, boys, because this is how we do it. And there's some pretty funny photos of me and Shane in the back of the truck, fully asleep in the weirdest positions. But that's what you do. And, and then the trip home for me, I'm still jet lagged because it was 17 hours and 40 minutes in a plane. It's the second longest commercial route on the planet to fly out of Dallas all the way to Melbourne nonstop, and it was brutal. Like, I'm not shrieking away from that. Like, it takes LA out of the equation. You're still kind of flying past it and waving as you're going past, but 17 and a half hours, is a long time to be stuck in a long tube, and it messes with your head. And I've only I lost Tuesday, and I sort of landed like Wednesday morning, and I'm still really trying to figure out what day it is. but it's worth it because I got to do so much rad stuff, not just Grands, just like from the time we hit the ground, catching up with the guys at ODI and Cali and Johnny Jump and stuff, and just so much cool stuff that not everybody gets to do. And I've got to remember that too, that I'm being given a lot of opportunities to do stuff that not everybody gets to do. So I'm very, very grateful. I mean, riding for Profile, a banged up, washed up BMX rider riding for such an iconic brand is something I would have never thought could happen to me. And even though I am injured, they said, no, you're still in the team. You're like a brand ambassador. That's, you're still part of it. And to meet Jim Alley and, and show him my profile tattoo and stuff. And he was like, oh, wow, thank you so much. That's amazing. And like, that's cool.
Right.
So I do count myself very lucky in a lot of instances because I get to do some stuff. And people message me, oh, you're so lucky, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I am. I know that. I know that I'm lucky, and I'm very, very humbled and grateful about it too. I'm not trying to rub it into anybody's face or anything like that. I know how lucky I am. So to anybody out there, I love it. So, and that's why I do it. I love it.
You guys ready for some world famous trivia?
Yes.
I don't know. I was listening, so
I better hydrate.
intently.
Oh,
I don't know
you
how
need to-
great my question is.
All right. Well, it is that time of the show. It's Melissa's world famous trivia question, brought to you by the good people at Krupp and Carter. Yeah, it's
It'll be a tough one.
Yeah.
it's
I'm scared.
it's been a minute since it's actually been Melissa's trivia. Chris has been filling in.
Yeah.
I know, and doing a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, until I start holding up everything and it's half off the camera.
I
So
can't.
this is the trivia that the listeners answer. We don't answer. do we?
Correct.
Correct.
I
Yeah.
picked up on a detail from you and made it a question.
Don't give it away, Sean.
Don't give it away. I can't give the chip clip love as well as Chris can, though.
I don't know anyone
That chip
can.
clip is awesome. Oh,
There
we got
is
a
a
Motor
chip
City.
clip from Motor City in this one,
Okay.
along with your beverage koozie and your Harley
Koozie.
Davidson sunglasses.
Hey, just something really, really quickly. How are you guys going with the whole transponder thing? Do you love them?
You know what? I don't race nationals, so I don't really worry about them.
All right, they're an Australian thing.
Oh, love that sticker.
Oh wait, I gotta
You
go.
can see that.
Look at that
Hang
sticker.
on just a second. There. Okay, now put it up. There we go.
Yeah, I've got a couple here. I've got some off Rick, and I've got one obviously here for Stew, and then I'm going to be putting this on my vehicle, or maybe I'll put it on my BMX number plate. But yeah,
Love
thanks.
that.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for these.
Oh, wow.
Even though
Thank
you
you
went
for-
there, but yeah, I'll put them in the care package, Stewie, when I send all that other stuff to you. So yeah,
Beautiful. All right, trivia time.
Our
time.
sticker pack there, kind of chock full with all the goodies. And then
good.
Krupp and Carter, I mean, Justin and I are having a hard time giving this away.
Oh, which one
This
is
is
this
such a
one?
cool shirt.
It's really my size.
Is it the bad?
Yeah. So it comes with its very own Michael Jackson bad sticker here. I guess it goes this way.
He's
That's pretty cool.
clicking a turn
There
down.
we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me trying to
love
figure
that.
a trick out there. Anyways, this T-shirt.
Oh wow, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's killer. That's nearly
Pretty
nearly a
amazing.
cruise style.
Right?
Nearly cruise style there, eh, guys? What do you
Yeah.
think?
That's getting there.
Nearly cruise style. Yeah, it's getting there.
Yeah.
And then it goes
I had
into
a
your
picture of John Cruise on. Yeah. Ooh,
Harley
colour.
Davidson backpack there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so while we were listening to some of this is a little Stew related question, I guess. He mentioned getting back involved in again with BMX with one of his children in 2023, and they started back at their club. How many riders were listed as members of that club when he started to volunteer? So before they got involved and got everything up and crazy as it is now. I'm curious if anybody remembers the number of riders that were, or members. I don't know. Do you call them riders, members? What's the...
Yeah, they're members.
They're members,
Riders.
okay.
Riders. Yeah. Yes.
How many members of the club existed at that time?
While we wait for some answers to come in, Chris, you want to let them know it's not actually next week we're on because we're going to be off because we're going on vacation. So we're going to have the next show, which is going to be this. What is it? 17th.
17th of December.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I can't read that real well. Okay. So yeah. So our next show is going to be Wednesday the 17th, and we're going to have Ken. And I hope this is go back to the birthday thing. Belknap. I'm assuming is that
Maybe the K's silent. Belknap.
Probably Belknap.
Belknap? Okay. See, that's why we don't do birthdays anymore. From 8 Degree Pedals.
Did you get your pair?
Yes, I did.
What do you think?
Well, I haven't put them on the bike because
Right.
there's snow outside.
Yeah.
I can't really ride it. But just opening them up, looking at them,
Solid.
very impressive.
Yeah, I'm excited to have him on to explain how the pedal floats and adjusts and moves,
Yes.
and the springs that come with it. And they had a huge Dozer. You probably went by it a handful of times. They had a big presence and a very good display at Grand's.
Yeah.
And Rick was saying like they did great explaining everything to the people that were there. So I let him know that too.
For folks that don't know the basic, the real, we'll get into it much deeper when we talk to Ken, but the gist of it is it's a flat pedal, but it actually floats a little bit left, right, kind of in and out like this on your foot. So it has kind of, I don't ride clips, so I have no idea, but it feels kind of like a clip pedal with these springs on the inside of it. So it has a little movement to it, but it's a flat pedal.
And I guess there's
Interesting.
some better engagement for your knee and like ankle. It keeps things like better. So yeah, it'll be a
Bit
fun
the
learn.
old- yeah. Do you think this is a question for both of you? I guess. Do you think Grands has kind of become a little bit like Interbike now?
Yes.
Yeah, it should, and it
Yes.
should.
That's
Yeah, it
kind
should.
of where
I believe it should. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of where everybody brings their newest, latest, and greatest, or let's say next year. So
Yeah.
like the 2026 product, they're bringing
Yeah.
that out there. And I know
What a great place to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's perfect for that. Plus, a lot of the teams have their new uniform or kit for the next year. They kind of bring that out for the first time at the Grands for the next year. And I know,
Yeah, I saw that with Profile. Yeah.
I know a lot of companies. That's what they look at it as, is a chance to bring all the new stuff out.
Yeah, that's Al said. How that should be like when on the show last week. He was saying that should be a big focus and turn it into a trade show with a race at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I reckon. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I was sort of thinking about even when I was there. I go, this kind of got that whole Interbike vibe, and it was really good seeing people from different teams. Like we had Rich from Tangent come. He was, sitting there with Gas, and when they got Team of the Year, he brought the whole team over, and they got photos with Gas, and it was really good to see that interwoven industry there, and you saw different people sitting at different tables, like at Fly and stuff like that. Maybe trying to get a deal going and stuff like that. I reckon it's awesome.
Yeah. I think a lot of these companies do kind of intermingle with each other. They're all kind of friends in one way or another. They've known each other for 40, 50, 60 years, depending.
Yeah.
So I think there's what would it be, like a mutual respect for each other and a friendship. But then there's also hey, I got to make something a little different than what you got. So
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool.
100%. Yeah. I mean, I got a really cool photo of Rich again with Bill. And those everybody thinks that they're but they're actually, they have a lot of fun poking fun at each other.
Oh yeah.
And Rick said, oh well, he's let Bill have that trophy for this year, and he'll probably get it next year. And I had a lot of fun hanging out with Rich actually, and had a lot of fun conversations with him, and I think he thinks us Australians are just nuts, so that's pretty cool. But it was just Yeah, it was cool, but I actually have a really good photo, and to see Bill and Rich together, and they were both genuinely happy for each other. It was really good.
So I got
Contrary to most belief, people, think, it's not like that.
question.
Right.
Stu, are you going to make the trip anytime soon?
Yeah, I am. So I just, it's we've talked about it, and it's funny, right? So you have your Facebook memory things.
Yeah.
So I was looking like in the scroll, call it the scroll hole. I was in the scroll hole while we were waiting for Flow Bikes to get their act together at the pro show. So I'm sort of like scrolling, and it's literally like just 9 years of me making the statement every Grands, next year we're going.
Yep.
Next year we're going.
Yep.
Next year we're
That's
going. And I'm just
hilarious.
Right.
oh, I'm an idiot.
And
I've been saying this since like 2011. I'm going to go to the Grands,
Same.
and I'm like, we're not going there.
Yeah.
But I've just looked, man. Us as a family, we've had stuff on. We've my eldest daughter, she's just turned 18. She's off. Do you guys have apprenticeships over there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's an apprentice electrician. So
Good
which
for
is a bit different for a girl. Yeah, she's right into it. So she's sort of off my hands now.
What a great profession.
And it's really cool. But I have a middle daughter. This is where the problem lies. She can't hear me because the door's shut. So I have a middle daughter who detests BMX. She hates everything about it. She hates having to go to her sister and sit at a track for a week in the sun with the flies. She hates it. She did try it last year.
Okay.
In her second or third race, we had to call an ambulance. She had to get her body armor cut off her. She had a really bad experience. So for her, that's just not her thing. She does dancing. And I think I messaged you, Justin. You said to me last night, you're like, "Oh, what are you doing today?" I'm like, "I'm getting ready to go to my daughter's dance concert." Well, the bless her little cotton socks. She did her dance concert. It goes for 3 hours. That's it for her for the year. She has one thing. So whereas my other one, she's off racing sort of every weekend. So I'm trying to convince my 12-year-old dancing daughter. That'd be really, really cool to go to America to the Grands, to sit inside a shed for 10 days.
Don't have her call me.
So it's a hard sell. Yeah. It's a really hard sell.
That's hard. One day would be one thing.
The other option would be just to leave her at home. But that's also not going to happen either. So yeah, I'm working on it. It's
right.
It's funny. I said to my daughter the other day, my youngest one, I'm just a little side note. I'm really into fishing. I like fishing. I don't know if you guys are into fishing. So
not so much.
You guys have your
cool.
bass. I think you call them bass over there.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have our own version of bass, or that type of fishing, and I'm into that anyway.
Steelhead.
I've got a boat and all that with all the gear on it, and I haven't used it for about 3 years. Pretty much the same time Layla started racing BMX full time. So
Crazy how that happens.
She's got a bass boat.
Yeah, I said to my daughter, I said, "Oh, look, maybe I'll sell the boat and we'll just go to Grands." But no, look, we bought a new house a couple of years ago, so that sort of took a bit of a kick to the finances. So, this is a really, really, really long-winded answer. But to answer your question, yes, I'm at a point now where my daughter, she's, like I said, she's that into it. They did change. I see they brought in. There's a bit of a kick up about all these international sandbaggers coming over and racing intermediate and taking all the intermediate trophies. And I saw that they've changed that for next year, but she'd be classed as an expert anyway. So we're definitely going to try and come over, and but we do have Worlds in Australia next year.
Yeah.
That's right. That's a big expense, but my wife's family, they all live about 25 minutes from the track where that is. So, which is up in Queensland. So it should be a relatively cheap trip for us. We'll just drive up and stay there. So, next year. Next year is the plan. To get there.
Is it your wife at Karen Kelly on YouTube?
Does she have YouTube?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, she does.
Is it? Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's a-
Well, okay,
He says-
so I'm gonna presume this is your wife, and she mentioned that a trip to Disneyland might help, and I think she might be onto something.
That's true.
She's watching this, isn't she? I didn't even think of that.
Well, she commented earlier when you talked about selling one of your children that your child had tuned in
she
just
was
at that
too.
moment and was like,
Think of that.
she doesn't really appreciate being thought that she was gonna get sold. You are so busted.
Maisie's probably watching this too. The one.
that's-
They
so-
tuned in.
so-
They tuned in.
Yeah.
The better part of that was he talked about pawning the kid.
That's what
yeah,
she-
about a
that's
pawn.
what
she
That
tuned
was-
in like
that
right
was
at that
awesome.
moment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Only because I'm trying to get in to be one of his kids so he can take me back to Grants.
Ah, there you go. There you go. I love that.
That's the
man.
method behind my madness. Hey,
this
Stewie,
might
I
be
can
the
call
last-
you dad,
this might-
no problem.
That's right.
Oh
This
wait,
might
I
be the
see a
last time
hand
you guys see
behind
me.
you. Hi.
Oh, yeah,
my
they're peeking
goodness.
in the door now. Yeah, no, that's.
I mean, so,
Come on in.
this
She can come
this
in. Does she want to come and say hi?
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
No.
That's so funny.
You guys will pick up on
the
that.
focus. Take the focus off of me. And get
Okay. Well, we'll go. Melissa, do we?
I do. Actually, our good pal Rick Carter actually paying attention over there in California.
What's up, son?
Got the right answer. So you had mentioned that the track went from 11 members to over 130 or close to 130. I
Yeah.
think you said in the
Yep.
time that you've been
Yeah.
volunteering there.
Boom.
So.
Yeah.
So Rick was the
Well
one with the
done.
right answer. Did get a couple other ones that were close, but he nailed
Yeah.
it.
That's
So-
awesome.
Yeah.
Well done,
And
Rick.
look, it's not just us, but it's like the lady that just poked her head into it. It's probably
Oh,
out there
fair, yeah.
digging a hole right now to throw me in. She's been a massive part of that. And we have a really good crew. We have a really good crew at Shepparton BMX Club. That's my home track.
Shout out. Yeah, that's crazy.
Check us out on Facebook.
What's the name of it again?
Shepparton. So SHEPPARTON. We do dairy farming is massive here, and fruit growing. So it's the food, they call it the food bowl of Victoria or Australia. So a lot of dairy farms, a lot
I
of
like the
fruit
logo.
growing.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's a cool logo.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, we're the Cobras.
Jason or Justin's favorite reptile.
No.
Yeah.
He loves snakes. They're
F
his
them snakes, dude.
favorite.
I'd rather go tickle a Wolverine's nutsack in a goddamn phone booth and mess with a snake. I don't care any snake.
Oh. We have like Australia has like the most deadliest snakes in the world. Like brown snakes and tiger snakes and
Nine of the 12 deadly. And that's the thing I get all the time is like, we don't want to go to Australia because there's so much stuff that can kill you over there.
Yeah, it's like Texas.
How do you think? How do you think we feel we're gonna live here, bro? We don't get to go home.
That's
Even the koalas want to kill you.
the
Oh,
koalas.
you just go and like grab a koala? I'm like, no. Have you seen their
so funny.
claws?
Yeah.
So
You know,
funny.
They're
what
cute
about
looking.
kangaroos? They are cute,
Yeah.
yes, and they're not a bear. They're not really a bear.
So anyway,
They're a marsupial.
Yeah. But the kangaroos just want a box.
they do.
Yeah.
They want to box your car at 3 a.m. in the morning. That's what they want to do.
Dude, you
And,
guys
Yeah,
have those
what-
big ass, I don't know, they're spiders or scorpions.
The desert spiders.
Do,
Just move it down a little. It's not this big. Like everybody thinks that like it's like we got transformers. Like, oh yeah, spiders are this big. It's a little
We
bit
do have a
smaller
few.
than that, but
But our most deadly one. It's funny you say that. I was pulling something down out the back yesterday. An old screen. Have you ever heard of the redback spider?
No, not a
Google
black
one of-
widow. A redback.
No. These are worse
Okay.
than that.
Yeah.
Google redback spider.
I'm on it.
I don't
Have
think
a-
I wanna.
Give us a second
I
here.
don't think you should. Spiders are my.
These things
Kryptonite.
are tiny,
very pretty though.
Oh.
Very
but they will. Yes.
So that's something that can kill you.
Yes,
Yep,
very much so.
100%.
And I pulled a screen down yesterday, and there was 6 of them sitting there,
No.
and I didn't have gloves on. I was like, oh, I'm an idiot.
If
I had my hand in there trying to pull something out.
If
Oh
I
my
came
gosh.
across
Nope,
this
nope,
at work
nope.
or at home, my first reaction is I'll burn everything down.
Yep.
Everything's
My house.
on fire.
Goodbye, house.
Napalm.
Yeah.
Just pull napalm in.
Do you have like a spider spray or like something that gets rid of it?
Yeah, I do. I went and got this special stuff that's used for like because we have these European wasps that I seem to get attracted that seem to be attracted to me for some reason.
Okay.
I get stung. I've been stung quite a few times. But yeah, they're everywhere. And then we have a snake called the Eastern brown snake. I think it's in like the top 3 or something. Is it, Sean? Most deadliest snakes in the world.
Yeah.
If I went to the end of where I live, if I went to the end of my street, it's orchard and which is like fruit trees across the road. I wouldn't have to walk far, I would find one of them in probably 10 minutes.
And they chase you.
They chase
No.
you.
Yeah.
Yikes.
We're not making this up. Like this
Oh
is
my
legit.
God.
So this is when
Nope.
a huge,
we're not moving to
huge
Australia.
difference. I have an arsenal of
come on, come
weaponry.
over.
If a snake started chasing me, the first thing is getting shot with my AR-15, and it's going to be all 30 rounds in that thing somewhere. You're going to hear me.
Just don't do
They
a
don't
full-
have guns.
Yeah,
over
no
there.
full
That's
automatic
bullshit.
though. Don't go full.
No,
go
we
just
don't.
semi-automatic.
What do you?
Go
When
semi-automatic,
one of these
though.
are running at you, what the fuck you do? Stab it? Run? Kick it? Like I ain't kicking that thing.
They're actually protected. You're not actually allowed to
You
do
can't.
anything
You're not allowed to
to
kill them.
You're not
Prove
allowed
it.
to kill them.
Wait, they can kill you, but they're protected?
Yes, it's not a fair fight. We're fighting the most unfair fight.
Wow.
That's why we're so
God.
tenacious over here.
That's wrong.
You know, and then we.
No
and
wonder you
that's why
can't
we've got- we've
backflip
got-
at a track. Jeez Louise.
Nah.
Yeah.
No.
And we've got the saltwater crocodile, which is
that-
much more deadly than the
Saltwater
gators.
crocodile.
Yeah.
Which is related to the Nile crocodile, which is and
Oh,
they're a
look at
dinosaur.
that son
and,
of
you
a
know,
bitch right
my
there.
God.
and they
yeah.
can grow up to
look at
30
him.
feet.
30 feet.
And you know,
Yeah.
30 feet. Yeah, they've found them even bigger than that.
And just
they
to
are
think,
super.
Steve Irwin got done by a stingray. He
Yeah.
spent his
Yeah.
whole life wrestling these things. He got done by a
Right.
dirty little stingray.
Right, yep.
Right.
Wrong place, wrong time. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and unfortunately, you know,
Rest in
they
peace,
say
Steve
up
Irwin.
to
yeah.
5 to 6 people get taken by these things every year, and they just go and swim in rivers up in Queensland or the Northern Territory, thinking, oh, geez, that billabong looks pretty good, and they're full of them, and yeah, they don't muck around. You know, it's
Yeah.
just that they are
That's
a
crazy.
an apex predator. They will actually sit in the water and watch you for days when you're camping, and then they'll just find an opportunity, and they'll just come up and take you. Game
Okay,
over.
So, no camping.
That's cool. I
no
don't care.
camping.
That's, you know,
Yeah.
it-
Yeah,
it's-
Matt-
We don't have the, we,
So,
don't,
yeah.
we don't have them
Oh
in
my
Victoria. We don't have the
gosh.
crocodiles in Victoria, so that's good.
Yeah, we
Oh.
don't. It's too cold down here. That's why we've only got 27 million people here, because everybody else dies and gets eaten. And
So Matt Boshin in the chat says, yeah, there's way more up north that can kill you. Taipans?
yeah,
Yes,
Crocs?
Taipans. Yep.
taipan.
And
yeah,
the list goes on,
That's
he
the most-
says.
What's a
yeah.
taipan?
The fear
snake?
snake, which is the what is it? The fear snake is the most deadliest snake in the world. I'm pretty sure, Stu. Yeah,
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
over in
I
Western
don't like. I
Australia.
don't like
there.
any of them. I don't like lizards, man. I'm not into. I had a little gecko run out yesterday as I was pulling up this deck, and I was just like, "Oh man, this is no. I'm going inside." If there's a lizard, there's a snake trying to eat that lizard. So I'm out of here. I
So
just went
I'm
inside.
anticipating that like extermination is a big business in Australia.
You're not allowed to kill
Yeah.
anything. That's the
Well,
problem.
you did mention that.
So I don't
You need
know,
to show it.
You guys wouldn't know this. This is a funny story, and it goes in hand with our Cobra logo.
You're
So
going to
we-
say
we-
what I was going to say. Yeah.
we had the national titles in 2023.
Okay.
So our grands. So and because there's 700 officials at the track, we have a person that's in the bottom in staging, 3 people at the top, and then we have a person that even though you've gone through 17 checks, someone still walks along the front of the gate
I've seen
for
this.
every single moto and checks off to make sure everyone's in their lane.
Wow.
Right?
Holy cow!
That happens.
Wow.
So we're 5 days in to our event. How many races was there to go, Sean? I think there was only about 5 races to go or 6 races to go.
Yeah,
and
not
this
meaning to
lady,
go.
this lady had been standing, the gate checker, we call him gate checker. She'd been standing in the same spot. And if Matt Boshan's in the comments, he was probably there, so he would probably know this story. She stood in the same spot for the whole week.
Okay.
5 races to go. You see this lady just like freak out, and she's thrown her clipboard, and it's just like everyone on the gate's just like frozen. One of those eastern brown snakes came out of a hole that she was standing on for 5 days.
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
my God.
So like where the hill
Yeah.
goes
It was on
down
the side of the
top,
start hill. Yeah.
There was a little
So-
hole, so the snake had been living underneath the gate.
So for
With its
5
babies.
days, this lady was just like, yeah, she was oblivious.
Jeez.
But then you can't get rid of them. So then you have to stop. You have to call in a registered snake catcher. And the snake catcher comes down with one of those sticks with the hooks on the end.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And
And a
then try
bag?
and wrangle it and put in a bag and take it away. But they don't get rid of them. They have to, I think the law is you have to, it's within 5 kilometers.
Oh,
Or
relocate.
maybe even 3 kilometers. You're not allowed to move it more than 3 kilometers. So if you have a snake and it's in an urban area and you catch it, you're only allowed to drive it 3 kilometers, and you have to let it go.
See, I have one of those
Whoa.
sticks at work.
So then it just becomes someone else's problem.
Right.
that I got one of those sticks at work for the snakes. It's called a blowtorch.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah, Matt Boshan actually was there. He said it took
Yeah.
him a half an hour to get rid of it.
Well, we had to
Yeah.
call a snake catcher.
Yeah, that's rough.
And we've had that at Shepparton. We had another event. It was like one of our first round of our club championships, and we got to the track and there's like 100 people. Everyone's all G'd up, and someone's gone to do their first lap and gone around the first corner, and here's this like 6-foot brown snake just in the corner, just baking itself in the sun. And it's like, well, we can't do anything, guys. We have to stop and call a snake catcher and wait for them to come and get it.
No.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. Yeah, and
That would have been
then-
if
and
I-
then
if
it,
I-
it was
if-
actually funny. One of the roles that they tried to put in, it was a bit of a joke, but it was serious. That one of the roles that the club had to put in was like track walker. So every time you had a club event, someone had to go and do a walk of the track to make sure there was no snakes, and no one put their hand up for that job. So
Yeah,
I'm
who
good.
in their right mind would volunteer for that? Yikes.
You roll up on a snake on the track like that, that's going to be the fastest lap you've ever done in your life.
PBs, there'll be
Yeah.
PBs all around. Yeah,
Yeah.
PBs all around.
I've had that happen. Yeah, I've done that. Gone over a jump and then, oh, is that a stick? No, that's a thing. And actually, I've bunny hopped over a snake. Like I've landed on a jump thinking it was just a random stick that had fallen onto the track, but no, it was a snake, or as we call it, a Joe Blake. And just had to do the old bunny hop, and then that's it. You're done and that's it. There's no adrenaline left for riding BMX for the rest of the day. You're done.
No.
Yeah.
You're so scared out of your skin.
So we'll see
And I
everyone
mean-
at the Worlds. We'll see everyone
Yeah,
at the Worlds next
well,
year.
we'll be right
so
there.
the Australians will clean up because you guys will be scared of the snakes.
That's
I
why
might even be able to
that's why
qualify now.
we're telling you all these stories so these fast American
Yeah.
kids don't
Just
come
they
over.
stay away.
Yeah.
Right.
Sabotage.
Yeah.
I've seen some
Yeah.
of those American 9 girls, mate, and you guys can keep them. We don't want them here. We don't want them over here. They're too good.
Well, guys, I want to say
Gosh, yes.
thank you guys for joining us, and this has been a great show, and I
It's
appreciate
been a lot
you
of fun.
guys taking
Are
the time.
people still watching?
Oh, yeah.
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 And
Do
I,
you want us back? Do you want us back?
absolutely.
Oh heck yeah.
Moto 2.
So, how
Moto 2, yeah.
without looking at your watches, how long do you think the shows went?
2.5 hours.
Well, I feel like you might have looked at something.
I actually can't see because I don't have my glasses on.
this
so-
is-
It's been
I
2.5.
just glanced down and I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
because I
wow.
felt like we were 45 minutes in. I'm going to be honest. I was like, oh, you're like 45 minutes in. I'm like, nope.
I looked at you dead in the eyes and said that.
You were right on that number too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
Right
it really
there.
2.5 hours?
Yeah,
sir.
it really
Yeah.
is.
2.5 hours.
That's probably why I'm so
2
hungry.
hours
I
and
literally
36 minutes.
I literally got straight out of bed and rolled straight in here. So, yeah. Big boy's
I
gotta
did,
gotta eat. Big boy needs some fuel.
I feel you. Well, Well, guys,
Yeah.
I can't extend the gratitude enough. Thank you so much, and
Yeah.
thanks for tuning into our show, and thanks for coming on our show. And we
Yeah.
definitely got to have you guys back on because, like, I got through about 3 of the questions I had, and just because we've had so much fun, yeah. Well, like people will text me questions too, like, "Hey, when you got those guys on, ask them this and stuff like that." So I apologize. We'll ask next time.
Well, we don't have it's only morning here still. We don't have anywhere to be. Like if you guys,
I can rapid fire. I can rapid fire a couple.
My ass is
Yeah,
too tired.
rapid fire
Yeah,
couple
do
of
that.
these.
Do
Yeah,
that.
All right,
If you got- if
we
you
got to
got
give the
mine-
fans. We've got to give
All
the
right.
fans what they want.
Oh,
So
do we
we've
wanna
got
do the-
we've got 3 right here. These were in
Yeah.
from some
Yeah,
people.
all
And then
right,
we'll
cool.
Melissa doesn't have comfy chairs like us.
No, I do not.
So first one. It sounds like you guys have had a few wild stories. What is one story, no matter how many times you tell it, that's the story that sticks in your mind?
Ooh.
Yeah, all the easy
Yeah,
questions. Look at that. Make them think.
Yeah, there's a few of those. Yes, there is. Yes.
Are they repeatable? Maybe I should have caveated
Nah.
that. Okay,
probably not.
you want to take this?
Oh, I mean, I do have one funny one that does pop up from. It's a I guess it's for all ages story.
Mhm.
It was from the 80s. Me and a couple of there was like 4 of us and one of our friends. We were 16 and we had a friend that was 18 and he had his license because over here obviously you get your license when you're 18. And we were driving over to a race that was at night, it's like under lights, and it was during winter. So we raced, and I think it finished at about like 10:30 at night. So we packed the car and we're driving down the road, probably maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 miles down the road, and a truck went past and smashed our windscreen. Now it wasn't a laminated windscreen; it was the old type, so it just shattered.
Mm-hmm.
And we're in an old Datsun. We got 4 bikes on the back, and we're like, oh man, this is going to be a really slow trip home because didn't want to pick up speed because it would have blown out the back window. So we're driving literally at a snail's pace, and our faces are going numb from the cold. And we're like, there's got to be a better solution to this. So anyway, we put on our helmets and we put on our goggles. So there's 4 guys in an old Datsun BMX bike with our helmets on, pretending that we're rally drivers, and going through towns, and people are like looking at us, like we're going through these towns, and people are like, what are these guys trying to do? Now I've told this story probably only about a couple of weeks ago to someone else, and they goes, you should have just rolled your windows down and would have taken the pressure out of the car. You could have just driven at normal speed. And I'm like, so that's taken like 40 years to hear that. That we didn't have to sit there freezing like a face, like white lips, and driving through town, looking like a bunch of Billy Bulls and socks. Just the dumbest thing. And we were so cold because the heater didn't work either in the car. I said, why did you bloody fix the heater? Well, it's run by the... Oh, it's like, yeah, cool. So that was a really dumb thing, but someone just told me a couple of weeks ago, you should have just rolled down the windows. So, yeah, now I know the end of that story. I should have rolled down the windows. But, yeah, look, we've all got those cool stories where, you do a lap around the BMX track naked. I don't know if anybody else has done that, but that's a really revealing part of my life, that I did a lap around a BMX track naked with another man.
No judging.
So we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I will leave it at that. I'm not touching that. Yeah.
You got this next one, Melissa?
I wasn't the other man either, by the way. just so everyone knows, it was not me.
All right. If you guys could host any rider, dead or alive, who's the dream guest, and what's the first question?
Oh, dream rider. For me, probably Sam.
That's a good pick.
Sam Willoughby. Yeah.
Yeah, Sam Willoughby.
Yeah.
What would I ask? What would I ask him?
Yeah. Like one question.
That's a really good question. I have to think about that. For me, Sam. Look, there was a heap of riders that went over before Sam, Kalen, and guys like that, and there was even a few like Wade Boots, yeah, there's a whole bunch of guys that sort of went over before Sam, but for me, Sam was probably the first guy to really sort of make a solid name, and Kalen as well, Kalen Young. Kalen's career over there was probably a bit short lived. Like he probably, looking back, he probably could have done a bit more than what he did. Still did amazing things. Still won a title. Still went to the Olympics. But for me, Sam was the guy. He was the Aussie battler. Him and his brother, family from Adelaide, travelled around, did what they could to get it done, and then Sam just went over there and just lit the world on fire. And actually, I do know the question. At the Olympics, was it London Olympics?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you and Anthony go together in the gate? What was that all about?
Other,
yeah, why'd those two go next to each other in the gate? Because when they did that, they blew it for themselves. Yeah, they cheesed each other. They cheesed each other. Yeah. So, but for me, Sam's the rider. I'm also a massive fan of Maris too. I love Stromberg's. Like I said, that sort of era from sort of 2006, sort of onwards, 2012, 2013. There was some really good racing going on. So, yeah. So Sam, sorry if that's not a good enough answer, but that's fine. Sam, and why did you and Dino go side by side?
What do you got from Chris?
All right. So one of the other questions we had was,
go ahead.
Kyle Bennett for me. Kyle Bennett. Butter.
Oh,
great answer. Great answer.
Kyle Bennett.
Yep.
Kyle Bennett.
There you go.
That's
King
awesome.
of the bump jump.
Oh man, that guy was so good.
And my first question would be, which world title did you enjoy winning the most?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I mean, we saw him win one here in was it Adelaide or Perth? Perth, maybe.
I think he won the Perth one. I'm pretty sure Donnie Robinson won the Adelaide one.
He did too, yeah. And then obviously the one when he just beat Kalen. That was, I think, maybe ask him if that was his best race ever, because he really had to.
That probably was one of the greatest BMX races ever. That race in Canada,
elite race,
Kalen and Kyle.
Kyle Bennett. And actually staying at Gus's house before Grands, he actually has Kyle Bennett's last novelty check hanging in his son's bed. I do have a photo of that on my phone somewhere. But yeah, that's me, Kyle Bennett. Because I just used to love watching him ride butter.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Okay, so here's another one. Who do you feel is the most underrated racer in BMX history?
Underrated.
In history, wow. That's tough.
I don't know, because I don't know enough about 80s BMX.
Well, it's just your opinion.
You can take it from your
just my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'll try and stick with an Australian flavour as well. I mean, Anthony Dean. I don't know if you guys know him.
Oh yeah.
Like he was good, man. He was really good. But I think him and Sam are the same age, so kind of just sort of lived in Sam's shadow a bit. I think if Anthony had been in a different time to when Sam was racing, he probably would have been the top guy back then. But he always had Sam to sort of compete with. But we had a lot of fast Aussies, and I don't want to talk about our own podcast because this is your podcast, but we did an episode where we sort of talked about with Tony Harvey. He was a pro based in Victoria that went over there with he went and did a bit of American stuff with like Sean Dwight and a few other guys. Sean Dwight was Sam's coach there for a long time. So we've had a lot of Aussies that sort of went over to America and did really good. Luke Medill was another one, Kamikaze, but they only sort of had short stints in the US. Whereas Sam and Anthony lived over there for a while too. But those guys sort of only had shorter stays. And I feel that Anthony, like I said, at a slightly different time or without Sam in the game when he was in the game, he probably would have done really good too.
How about you, Dozer?
Mikey Day.
Another great answer.
Yeah, Mikey Day, like whether he was on stats or when he was riding for GT, the boy had the skills. I mean, that blue chromo stats frame he was riding for a long time, and he was awesome on that when they were doing the downhills at Woodward.
Yeah.
The Jew Tour, all that sort of stuff. Just so much skill. I guess in a way, just that effortless style. I guess a little bit like Kyle Bennett, but Mikey Day, and being really tall, and he was one of the pioneers behind the whole OS20 concept. GT were like, hey, we need to make a bike a bit better for him, and that was the pre-Beijing Olympics sort of thing. And I currently ride an OS20, and definitely feel the benefits of that sort of evolution. It's a chromo OS20 Supercross, but I met him at the Worlds in Australia. I think it was 2007 at Adelaide. And I, again, fanboying because, we're not exposed to that sort of thing. And he said to me, he goes, hey, man, I'm just a BMXer like you. We just get paid to do what you love to do also. And that really was a watershed moment for me, because after that, I kind of relaxed around pros and was a bit more, hey, yeah, they are just like us. It's just BMX. They're just BMXers like us. And that was kind of, he gave me, unintentionally, he gave me some advice, which made it a lot easier for me to approach pros, and top line right. Because I used to be kind of really worried, like treating them a little bit like LeBron and sort of go, oh, no, they won't want to talk to me. Oh, look, I won't say anything. But now I just go up and say, hey, man, how you going? Hey, buddy, can I get a selfie with you? Or can I get, can you sign my number plate or my jersey? And like, oh, yeah, hell yeah. Blah, blah, blah. But before Mikey gave me that advice, I was too scared. I was too, they won't want to talk to me. But so, yeah, I had a lot of respect for him, but I used to just love watching him ride. And unfortunately, his back injuries kind of took him out. And I mean, one other little side note I just want to say is, and people have probably forgotten about him, is Steven Caesar.
Ooh, there's another one.
Oh,
gosh.
That
Another one. Yeah, great one.
Well, he's my most underrated American. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah. Just his story is so sad, and it's good to see that he pulled himself out of that dark hole and back riding mountain bikes, I think. But yeah, that he had the bike world at his feet.
He was so good.
All right, well then for Moto 2, after you're done interviewing Joris, then you guys can come back on and let us know how it goes.
Right, there you go.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Melissa. I appreciate it.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
You're gonna have to wrap us up, because we will literally sit here all day.
No worries. But we'll get a Moto 2.
Yeah, we're gonna keep you guys in the Zoom room for a second.
Yep.
We'll cut off here, you guys. Thanks everyone for joining us this evening. We
thank
really
you guys.
appreciate it.
Thank you guys for having us. Thank you for everything you've done for us. And hopefully people like listening to two numpty Aussies talk about whatever we want to talk about. Yeah,
it was
It's going to be great.
It was a lot of fun talking with you guys.
We love it.
And we'll get you set up to come back again for sure.
Yeah.
All
Thank you so much.
All right. So
We
everybody,
really
thanks.
appreciate you guys.
Thanks for hanging out with us on a special Saturday afternoon show. We are going to be off next Wednesday, so we'll see you on the 17th, and we'll talk flat pedals. God bless everybody. Have a great week.